What's up?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Matt Baker along with my co-broadcaster, my color guy. Give him a little love there, EJ.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's about time for some playoff Friday night football.
Excited to be here with you. It's 14 minutes until kickoff time, so we are going to spend a little time talking about some pregame activity and some stats and conversations around both the Wyoming Cowboys and the Clinton-Massie Falcons. So thank you for joining us. Those of you that are joining us on the Campus Nation YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. Like us on Facebook, Campus Nation, and campusnation.com. We appreciate all the support that's been given throughout the year to make sure that we're able to bring this as a free broadcast to both our Falcon fans tonight and our Cowboys fans. So, EJ, we're going to start talking a little bit about the game and what we expect to see. I guess first, just your initial thoughts of these two Titans facing each other here at Little Miami High School.
Well, I think you got it right. These are two juggernaut schools that are just powerhouses in the area. Wyoming, a powerhouse Division IV team near Cincinnati. Of course, Clinton-Massie more in the Dayton area. But both are just powerhouses. They've been here before, many years, both of them. And so you're going to get a slugfest tonight. You're going to get a strong run game. It's cold, a little bit rainy. May have an impact on if any teams pass at all tonight. But it's just exciting. I tell you what, I look forward to this game knowing that Massie is ready to get revenge. Because last year, if you remember, Wyoming was the team that knocked them out and kind of sent them packing for the playoffs. So I think Massie has revenge in their mind tonight.
Yeah, we definitely know that they're going to think about that game and have been thinking about that game all week. So, we come back and say, hey, they may have revenge on the mind, but Wyoming's coming in here as a business trip. They know that there's been excitement for their program for years. If you go all the way back to the late 70s in a state championship, I believe in 77 for the Wyoming Cowboys, and then a recent state championship here for Aaron Hancock and his Wyoming Cowboys, means that this tradition is live and well, and they're here to stamp and move on.
Yeah, they're wanting a state championship, and I think that's what Clinton-Massie wants, and both of these are teams that are capable of doing it. I'll say this, any team that wins tonight has a shot of winning the state championship, in my opinion, because these two teams are both well-balanced. They both have very fast defenses that are quick to the ball that you're going to see tonight. And so I believe whoever wins out of this region tonight has as good a chance of any to make it all the way to state and possibly win it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in the communities of high school football that feel in Division IV. One of these two teams coming out of this Region 16 more than likely could and should be your champion. No disrespect to the Bloom Carrolls and the Heaths and the Clydes and those in the other regions, but this is great Southwest football at its best. So we appreciate the fact that they're going to have a great competition tonight, and we expect, like we said, kind of a slobber knocker. It's going to be a physical game. It's going to be a high run game. Although, credit to Wyoming, they bring in a lot of passing yards for the entire year, and especially last week, where they defeated well, that's a good question. Give me just a second. It was. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. We are having an absolute spot real quick thinking about who Wyoming beat last week. So we'll come up with that in just a second. But what was interesting is they actually had more passing yards than rushing yards. It was 272 to 220. So credit to them. They are not only a hard running team, but they're a good passing team as well.
And while you're looking that up, and that's what you want. I just had a conversation on the way here, and the man called me Clinton-Massie grad, and he was saying to me, he was saying, this is where, now I might get myself in trouble, where maybe not having that balanced attack hurts, because you see that Wyoming has that, and they have a attack as far as rushing attack, passing attack. We can do it. we just don't do it many times. I think we got a great quarterback, obviously, in Cody Zantini. But Wyoming's got a balanced attack, and that bodes well for them.
Yeah, I apologize. It's Graham local that
Graham
they
local,
beat. Yeah,
yep.
St. Paris Graham. So we apologize, which is kind of interesting because that's actually where Coach McSorley came from. He started his coaching career up there as a head coach at Graham local, and then we had the pleasure of having him come here for the last 20-plus years at Clinton-Massie. So congrats to Graham local making it to that level. But going into the fourth quarter, it was Wyoming up 14-6. Hester had taken a moment to come out of the game. They were able to go drive down the field. They did get stopped. So going into the fourth quarter, you get Hester back on the field, and he pops an 88-yard run.
Yeah, and like you said, he was out for a little bit. This is a big time of the year where health is a big issue. Mm-hmm. And Hester came in, and he has that quick strike ability, much like Van Hoos does, that if you give him the ball, he touches the ball, he may be taking it to the house. And so just going back to that health issue as well, though, if you look at Clinton-Massie this year versus last year, a little bit more healthy. They got Carter Frank. They have their whole stable of running backs healthy tonight, and so that is going to be a plus for them tonight in this game.
Yeah, Wyoming won 30-6. It was 24 unanswered points, especially in that second half. A win over Graham. They outgained Graham 447 to 260 in total yardage. Quade Hauer, which is a name you're going to hear lots tonight, not only on the offensive side, but on the defensive side. This is a quarterback that also leads the team in tackles. He went 15 for 16 to 7 different receivers for 227 yards passing. That is absolutely impressive.
That's hard to guard, too. When you are spreading the ball around like that and just multifaceted, you can run, you can pass, and then you can use that many wide receivers at this level. That bodes well for them.
Yeah.
And that speaks a lot of that quarterback play, being able to spread the ball around.
Oh, and they had another guy, too.
Yeah,
you might have heard of him. How about C.J. Hester?
Yeah, it just took a few minutes to talk about C.J. Hester.
Oh, wow.
But let me tell you, we'll be talking about him all night long. Big Division I prospect. Many offers already come in.
Yep.
MAC schools, probably some Big Ten schools yet, Toledo, Buffalo, and I believe that's Iowa.
And Indiana are already conversating with him.
Some big dogs are looking at this kid. He's a junior, 5'11", 185 pounds. And, folks, you are going to enjoy watching him. So you got time. Make sure you call or text somebody. Say, put on Campus Nation. Watch this kid play. Watch these Falcons play defense, because it's going to be a very fun game. And, of course, we're kind of from Clinton-Massie, so we're fans, obviously. But it's just going to be a fun game to watch these two powerhouses go at it.
Yeah, this is going to be an exciting football game. Fans for both sides obviously are going to have their legion.
If you like football.
If you like good football, if you like power football, if you like strong football, if you like great traditions and hard play and physical play, you're going to see it tonight without a question from both sides.
Absolutely.
So congrats to C.J. Hester for all the accolades that he's received up to this point. It's unbelievable. The young man, if you were to add up his total yardage, okay, so you take his rushing attempts, you take his receiving yards, you take punt and kickoff return, he's got 2,690 yards with 40 touchdowns. He even has an interception return for a touchdown on defense.
And you almost, you almost say this is all they got. But when you look at the quarterback who can throw for 270, it's not all they got. So they got a great defense, high-powered offense. That's why they're the number one seed in this region. And you're just looking at a team that is loaded, and Hester who can do it all. But Massey's going to take that. They're not going to take that Lion down. They got something to prove this year, and they want to stop him. They want to, I think a victory be keeping them under 150.
What sticks out about the offense besides C.J. Hester is Quade Hauer's completion percentage. 71.6% completion percentage, and last week was the best example, 15 for 16.
Absolutely.
For 1,293 yards after 116 attempts. He's got a couple interceptions, but that's low for that many attempts, and he's got 12 touchdown passes. Some of those to Hester, and then some to those 7 receivers or 6 other receivers that we mentioned earlier. So congrats to Wyoming. They're 12-0, 7-0 in the league. They had 419 points for and 88 points against. Now, I will say in comparison, Clinton-Massie had 524 points for, but 170 against. So they scored more points, but they gave up more points. And what I found interesting is we did a little bit of research. The remaining opponents went 63-67 for Wyoming, which is a 48% win percentage. And for Massey, it was just barely over 500 of 58-57, so right around 51%. So it's going to be very even-keeled. They've played a lot of different type teams, but those teams have been pretty even in the win-loss category.
Yeah, and one thing that we may not have seen so far is that a team that is so well-balanced. We have faced the passing attack of Drew Novak and Western Brown, where they passed
the
95%.
nation's leading passer,
and that gets you ready for a spread offense. But, to get it on such a level that, a couple hundred yards rushing plus 100, 200 yards passing every game consistent, it's going to be a well-balanced attack that is going to be – Massey's going to have their hands full.
Absolutely.
To stop this team tonight. But, hey, I think our keys, we get to think about Clinton-Massie, is holding that ball, trying to sustain drives.
We are going to make sure that we take just a moment. Once the Star Spangled Banner is played, we will break in the broadcast action and allow you to honor our flag with Veterans Day just recently being upon us this week. And those that are preparing us for the Star Spangled Banner, we'll come back to that in just a second. So Aaron Hancock is your head coach.
He's a good one.
He's an absolute good one. This is his 10th year as a head coach. He also spent some years as an assistant in Wyoming, going all the way back to 2001. So you had mentioned the success that Wyoming has had, and it starts with their conference championships. In the last 9 years, they've won the conference championships 7 times.
It's almost like looking in the mirror for Massey.
And for Massey, they've had the luck of being able to win all 9 in the last year, and that's a split between the SCOL and the SBAAC. So congrats to both teams for being not only powerhouses in Southwest Ohio, but specifically inside of their leagues.
Mm-hmm.
We do want to compliment Aaron Hancock, the head coach of the Wyoming Cowboys, for winning the Paul Brown Award. He won that in 2019 after a state playoff state championship. And then that also echoes to Coach McSorley winning it in 2015.
Yeah.
So both of them have been Paul Brown winners.
Talk about heritage. You talk about tradition. These teams got it.
Absolutely. So we're going to take just a second and see if we can get a Star Spangled Banner here.
Have been selected and assigned according to the Ohio High School Athletic Association Board of Directors adopted procedures, which includes the involvement of coaches and athletic administrators from the member schools. The officials are referee Rodney Smith, umpire Scott Wyckoff, head linesman Brandon Smith, line judge Brian Selzer, back judge Jeff Logsden, and center judge Chris Sheldon. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a great country with freedoms like no other. To honor America and respect for all those who have served this country, to defend our freedoms and to promote respect for equality for all, you are invited to stand and join in the singing of the national anthem.
Okay, we welcome you back. We appreciate that moment to just honor our veterans, honor our flag. We're going to get right back into the conversation about football. So, we talked about Wyoming, what they're bringing to the table, an excellent team, well coached. We also have to talk about the Clinton-Massie side, and when you start with Clinton-Massie, there's no better person to start with than Cody Zantini.
No, this is a 3-year starter in Cody Zantini. He knows what he's doing. He's been here, and he wants to go all the way. He's hungry. He's got some great statistics. He doesn't pass a lot, but as we always say every week, he can make the play when he needs to. Only one interception all year, 22 for 39 for 546 yards. He does have 5 touchdowns at passing and has some rushing, 11 in his 11 games, 11.4 yards per carry. So the kid can run the ball as well. He can pass the ball. They don't, like we said, they don't do it often, but he can be precise when they do it.
And the two gentlemen joining him in the deep backfield behind Colton Trampler would be Carson Van Hoos and Carter Frank. But I think before you talk about them, you've got to talk about the Bear. You got to talk about the Hammer. You got to talk about Colton Trampler.
That's right, baby. He's been doing it a long time, too, at this level, and he's physical. And like we always say, he'll run as hard in the fourth quarter, if not harder. We've been calling him a stable backs, but we're switching that to a fleet of vehicles, and he is your F-350. You got Van Hoos, who's your Corvette. You got Carter Frank, who can do it all in between them. And so here comes Massie as they come on the field. But no, Colton Trampler's a beast. He's physical, and he's hungry. These Trampler boys, if you know them in this family, they're Massie football. He wants to get a title. He wants to go all the way.
His older brother made it to the state championship game, lost against Steubenville, and his other brother, Garrett, was able to be a part of that game with his older brother, Weston, as a senior-sophomore combo. So this time Colton wants to make sure that dream is come to fruition here for the Trampler family, as well as all the rest of the Falcon faithful. He's going to give it everything he got, and he does every week. Behind him is Carson Van Hoos, Carter Frank, like you said. Carson Van Hoos has 145 attempts, 1,486 yards rushing for a 10.3 average, 24 touchdowns with a long of 71. So as the Clinton-Massie Falcon kickoff coverage team takes the field in their away white, you have Cowboys will be in their home blue. We'll make sure and get numbers to you as quick as possible as we watch this. We appreciate the accommodations that have been given to us by the Little Miami Panther crew here. Matt Lewis and his crew have done a great job. We appreciate them, and we appreciate Greg Power, the superintendent, giving us that opportunity as well. So we're going to get ready for some deep run playoff football here. The kick is going to be by Ian McGinnis. Back to receive should be Painter and Hester, and the ball's going to drop at about the 12-yard line. Coming up, making a move to the outside with an opening. He's going to be tackled about the 37-yard line. So Clinton-Massie will start defense against Wyoming on the 37. You're going to immediately see what Quade Hauer and C.J. Hester have planned for the Falcons.
Yeah, they're going to have a balanced attack, and I'm excited to see C.J. Hester touch the ball. Every time he touches it, it is it can be dynamic every time he touches the ball.
That's a solid 15 to 17-yard return there for the Wyoming Cowboys. So they're going to set up usually in a spread formation. In this particular set, it looks like it's going to be 2 to the right, 1 to the left, and that's going to bring Hester and Hauer in the backfield. And they also have an additional that back that's close to the line of scrimmage now put in motion. That's number 11, Chaz Early, as he sets up on the left. Hauer to Hester. He's stopped by Colton Trampler, and then he's going to be met with about a 1 to 2 yard gain there in the first round. And I'm sure both teams are going to spend a little time just feeling each other out.
Yeah, just kind of get used to it. He made a little cut there, and you see how quick he is just cutting. But he stopped immediately by Colton and pushed back by this defense. And it could be a tell of what defense wears out quicker against these running attacks.
Yeah, that's going to be I think both teams want to establish the run, so both teams' defense are going to say, hey, we're going to want to make you pass, and then we'll see what you can do after that. So this time the trips is nice and tight to the right-hand side of the offensive line. They get a call from the sideline. Howard changes or sets your offensive pass protection. Hester in the backfield. The snap, it goes a little wide. Hester gets it. He clamps. Then he's going to be stopped at about at the line of scrimmage, to be honest with you. He gets back to the line of scrimmage and stopped. I'm sure the Wyoming Cowboys understand that the Falcons are going to come out with a lot of fire, a lot of excitement. So I think if you go all the way back to a conversation I had with Coach Scott Rolfe earlier this week, Wyoming is good about just doing what they do, playing their game, and then all of a sudden you see a long pass or a double pass or something that just you're not expecting catch off guard.
Right, you can't load up the box because he's going to come out here and throw the ball.
He's been too successful with the ball, So this time slot to the right. Now we have two receivers to the left. Hester's in the backfield. He's going to pass. Howard sets his feet. This time he's outside, and the ball's going to go on the ground. That's going to be a third down stop for Clinton-Massie. Now it's going to be 4th and it looks like 7 on the 40-yard line. So Coach is going to trade out. Now, what's interesting, I talked to Coach Hancock earlier this week. I appreciate his time, and a nice young man. He said that, there's no PATs. They always go for 2.
Really?
No field goals. They don't have a single field goal attempt all year long. And honestly, they don't like to punt either. So this is not what they're bread and butter. It looks like he wants to run it,
he's going for it.
But he is going to kick it.
Wow.
He's going to kick it out of bounds, and it looks like it's going to go out near the 30-yard line. And, in fact, they're going to call it at the 30. Oh, no, actually, they're going to give him a little bit yardage at 40.
This gets fun because, as you can tell here, he's going to see if there's an opening. And if there's a lane, it looks like he's going to take it. And because, like you said, he doesn't like to punt, so he sees there's nothing there, there's a wall, and so he goes ahead and punts the ball. Looked like Massie was prepared for that, though.
Yeah, they have DJ Gray, who's a kind of a Swiss Army knife for the Cowboys, does a lot of stuff. He is second in the team in tackles, but he is also their lead punter. And at this point, he only has just 8 punts to his name. So that time he was able to make the decision to go ahead and do a quick kick. The Clinton-Massie Falcons will start on the 40-yard line. It looks like it's going to go to Colton Trampler, who gets about a 3-yard gain
nice
on
carry.
first down.
Yeah, you're right. They're filling each other out. Great first drive for the Clinton-Massie defense. Get the ball back. And, yeah, Colton's going to be working all night. But as we've talked about, it goes through the fullback, but then everything else opens up around the end to your other backs when you start with him.
Yeah, if I'm the Wyoming Cowboys defense coordinator, and all respect to him, obviously, as we saw earlier and we talked about it, the defense only giving up 88 points for the year, so that gentleman knows what he's doing. But I would think at this point it's going to be stop the fullback, and then we'll worry about everything else afterwards. So Carson Van Hoos is going to go off the right side of the line. The handoff goes to him, and it's going to be stopped at about the 47-yard line. So it's going to give you 3rd and 3.
Yeah, that's a good 3rd and 3. I was going to, if we had time, think about this. We're used to kind of rolling and having 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s, or first downs after 1st and 2nd down. What do we do in 3rd and longs, Matt? When we get 3rd and 7, 38, here's a 3rd and 3.
That you must have read my notes, because literally that's what Coach Hancock said. His whole desire is to get you in 3rd and long, because he knows Clinton-Massie's comfortable in 3rd and long.
Absolutely.
Long. They want 3rd and quick. Colton Trampler
That's enough.
He spins. And this time it's Cody. He's able to take to the right-hand side. He pulls it. He goes down at the 32-yard line. So I'll be honest with you.
He got us.
Yeah, he faked the cameraman. We appreciate Corey Price making the drive down through Morrow to Little Miami Panther Field here.
Yeah.
And Rick Phillips, our producer for Campus Nation.
They sold that fake to everybody.
They did.
He went up the middle, and he just pulled it out, and Cody does what he did. The magician made that move there, and he was hit pretty hard by number 10 there, and that's Will Svedson.
Yeah,
nice pop. So they're going to be physical tonight.
Double slot motion goes to Carter Frank. The ball goes to Colton Trampler. He's able to lean forward for about a 2-yard gain. So Clinton-Massie gets a big play, a big chunk play that kind of flips the field and gets it down to at least the 30-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd down and a long 6 here.
And as we see, this is what we want to do. We talk about it weekly, but when you get to these scenarios, this is where you really want to take big chunks of yardage. You want to take time off the clock. You want to keep Wyoming off the field.
Absolutely.
And so this is our playoff style football so far this game.
And what have I said all year long? Win ugly.
Yes,
win ugly.
That's it.
And that means by keeping the ball, time of possession. And last year, even though Clinton-Massie led in time of possession, they did not lead in points at the end of the game. So Carter Frank is stopped pretty quickly. He is able to lean forward for about a 3-yard gain. So it seems like overall there seems to be a push by the Clinton-Massie offensive line. We've got some starters on both sides of the ball. So let's represent the defense for Wyoming. So it looks like defensive end Tony Blair, nose guard Bruce Wagers, Joel Allen, Deuce Wiley, Jared Hancock. Let's see, and that is the coach's son. So Quade Howard, DJ Gray, Matty Mitchell, Will Svensson, Sam Prangley, and C.J. Hester are your defensive starters. Juniors, sophomores, and just a couple seniors. So this team's not just good now; they're going to be good for a long time.
They reload.
Double slide is your locomotion by Carson Van Hoos. It's going to be stopped immediately, met by a wall of blue by the Cowboys, and the Cowboy faithful clap that up. And you can see the crowd has started to fill in on both sides.
We were wondering about 22. I think people were sitting in their cars.
Yeah, it looks like Clinton-Massie and the Cowboys definitely have a good following. So it's going to be 4th and 4, and McSorley is going to go for it here. Yeah,
you're on the 25, 26. You're going to go for it. You're in 4 down tier. I think that was the plan going into 3rd down. We know we're going for it if we don't, so we're going to try to go up the middle on you. So here it is, 4th down and about 4.
Can you it looks like It's going to go to Colton Trampler,
They're
but
pushing.
He's going to push the yardage, but it looks like he is going to be stopped. So, yeah, it looks like the Cowboys are calling that's going to be a 4th down stop. They're going to reset the ball here in just a second, but it looks like the Falcons have come up short. So we apologize. We are gonna get take us just a second here to get our camera set. So we're zooming in and out just a little bit, trying to find the focus. So yeah, that's a turnover on downs for Clinton-Massie.
Over here.
Absolutely, and the Wyoming faithful go crazy, which well deserved. That's a great stop.
Yeah, very much so. And both teams get the fourth down stop here, and we stop them. And so maybe not what you expect, but these defenses are playing ball. Man, I wish we could have converted that. We were decided we're going 4th, going up the middle on 3rd and 4th down. So
this time Clinton-Massie is going to reset their defense and see if they can overcome the mentality being stopped on offense. Both sides of the ball do not play a lot of two-way players. Quade Howard, which is the quarterback, also plays on defense. C.J. Hester's on defense, but Svensson plays both sides of the ball. Pringley plays both sides of the ball, but they definitely have enough to where they can come off the bench and being tired is not going to be an issue. The completed pass to number 10 is going to be Will Svensson. He's able to get a 5-yard, almost 6-yard completion there, and he's going to turn to the left-hand side of the field and be tackled there near the 30-yard mark.
Yeah, and they're just coming out passing this drive. Said, hey, they stopped CJ. Let's see if we can change up the playbook a little bit and just kind of spread the ball around. This quarterback can do it.
Yeah, it looks like actually he gained 7 on that play, so it's going to be 2nd and 3 as they set up right at the 30. Clinton-Massie's defense with Carter Uten out here on the far side against number 12, which is Sam Pringley. Again, one of those guys that kind of does everything, Mr. Versatility for the Cowboys. Kickoff returns and punt returns and the pass again. This time it's a bubble screen, but he stopped immediately. A nice tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Couldn't see who tackled him there.
They'll probably reset that. It looks like that might have been it looks like was that Blake Ireland? Might have been Blake Ireland
nice play,
or Gabe
Blake.
McDowell, yeah.
Good open field tackle. As we said, that's what they do well, fundamental tackling, fundamental defense. Now that's setting them up for a 3rd and 2. I'll probably go to Hester if it's me, but we're going to see.
It looks like defensively we have Nate Wildermuth out there, Charlie Hale, Leighton Bell, Gavin Avey, Braden Rolfe, Colton Trampler, Gabe McDowell, Blake Ireland, Carter Uten the play. This time he scrambles to the right. He's got some pressure.
Yeah, nice
the ball gets hit
nice
out
hit.
of the hands of by a Clinton-Massie defender out of the hands of number 11. It looks like that would have been Chaz Early getting that, and it's going to be a 4th down and 2, and it looks like the punt team's going to come on again.
Hey, chalk it up for the defenses earlier in this game. Nice stop by Massey after a 7-yard first down gain there, and way to keep him to no yards after that. So now let's see what this punter does. He's going to roll out again and see if there's any open field.
Final starters are Carter Uten, Carter Frank, and Cody Zantini for Clinton-Massie. So again, we'll watch here. Looks like this time it's going to be a straight drop back. It's going to be a shorter punt this time, and make sure they get away from that. Oh, it takes a nice Wyoming roll there down to, it's going to rest about the 32-yard line. So Clinton-Massie is going to take over with about a 69-yard field with 4:55 left. 0-0 is your score as we're going here right to left for Clinton-Massie's offense. And the offensive starters are Cody Zantini, Colton Trampler, Carson Van Hoos, Carter Frank, Dawson Conley, Carter Uten, Garrett Vance, Adam Frisch, Lane Scholes, Isaiah McCoy, and Owen Trick.
Yeah, it feels like a cold playoff game with the wind blowing right into the press box right here.
Yeah, we did, Mr. Lewis, we did order some less wind, so if you can make that, again, we appreciate Matt Lewis and his crew down here at the Little Miami High School doing a great job. So the toss this time to Carson Van Hoos.
Pitch. Nice.
He's trying to get outside. He finds an opening on the right-hand side. That's going to be a first down run with a twist. It's going to be a 12-yard gain on first down. So that's a first down on first down. Able to get outside is Carson Van Hoos.
Kind of set that up the whole first drive going up the middle, and then we open it up. And I wanted to see his speed against this defense. His speed looks really good against this D.
That was a nice run by Carson Van Hoos, so that's going to reset the ball at the 44-yard line. Clinton-Massie will be on your right-hand hash, and Blake Ireland brings the play into Cody Zantini. So just as much as Wyoming has their pass and run balance, Clinton-Massie's going to run, and they're going to run with 3 different people.
Right, it's a balanced rushing attack.
Carter Frank goes in motion. Colton Trampler pushes forward. And he's able to get a good 4 yards, almost 5 yards on first down. So, again, establish the fullback,
one
Coach
opens
McSorley.
up. Yeah, one just kind of opens up for the other.
Yep.
You know, one sets up the other. Nice play there. And again, it's so good to see Van Hoos. His speed looks really good tonight, looks really healthy.
I think Colton was able to not only take on a blocker a tackler or two, but get another 2 to 3 yards after that. So pumping his legs, like you said, in the first quarter. We're going to see that same thing, I'm sure, in the fourth. So 3:48 is your clock at 0-0 score. Right to left is your Clinton-Massie Falcons in white. Wyoming Cowboys in blue. Under center goes Cody Zantini. The snap to Carson Van Hoos. He's able to find a little bit of a hole in the right-hand side. He goes down right about the first down marker. So I think he's going to be close. If not, he's short by maybe about a half a yard there.
Yeah, just a foot or two if he is short at all. And it's going to depend on this spot right here what they do.
Looks like third down and almost a full yard, just a little bit less. So Clinton-Massie, no surprise at this point. Inside, outside, trying to find an opening there with Van Hoos and Carter Frank, and then pound it up the middle with Colton Trampler.
Let's do a trick play fake, maybe get the tight end in the game.
Yeah, on a third down in midfield. I don't know.
That's what we call them around here, folks.
I don't know that you're going to get that from Coach McSorley. This time it goes to Carson Van Hoos. He's stopped, but is able to, on his second attempt, get across the line to gain by another 3 yards or so. So that's going to be a first down, and the ball will set at about the 40-yard line for Clinton-Massie.
I like our line tonight. They're blocking well. I like Carson Van Hoos is not only quick, but he's strong. That was a second effort, and he kept the wheels turning, and you see why he averages 10 yards a carry.
Yeah, he hit a wall kind of quick as soon as he got the ball from Cody Zantini, but he was able to bounce off that block and go inside that time with a nice opening created by his offensive line. In motion goes Carter Frank, this time a pass.
Wide open.
Cody Zantini's going to run. He's going to go to the right-hand side, and he's almost getting a first down on first down, so he's going to get a good 9 yards.
Nice run. He had Van Hoos nobody.
Van Hoos was open on that particular
wide open
play.
Down the field.
But as Cody
nice
Cody is, as you mentioned all year long, able to kind of pull that out quickly. He's able to pull out the pass quickly, but it is understandable that he hasn't had as much experience being able to set up to pass, so we're able to get the 2nd and 1 call. So double slots with a single receiver to the left. Motion goes Carter Frank. He gets the toss this time. He's outside, led by Garrett Vance. He only is able to get back to the line of scrimmage. They might give him about a yard or so. So I do think they're going to give him enough to get the first down. So the chains will move yet again for Clinton-Massie.
Yeah, very nice. Nice run. Nice block out there by Vance setting it up. These linemen, as we mentioned last week, isn't the biggest line Massey's ever had, but they're surely probably the quickest. And these guys can move, and that's another first down. So the running the ball well, blocking well, can't get enough credit to this line tonight.
Yeah, we want to give a little bit of information. Team captains for Wyoming, number 60, Max Wilking, number 12, Sam Prangley, number 27, C.J. Hester, number 44, Jared Hancock. Clinton-Massie goes in motion. The ball goes this time. Cody Zantini's in the open field to the 5, to the 10. Touchdown. Nice. Clinton-Massie Falcons.
Nice fake. He just like a point guard would fake it and go in for the layup. He fakes the pitch out and just takes it to the house. Nice play by Zantini.
Nice job by the offensive line. So Clinton-Massie's offensive line, having gotten a surge for most of the first quarter already, was able to create an opening. He pulls the ball from the fullback feed, and he finds an opening on the right side, switches to the left side, and scores on the left side of the end zone. So this time Cody Zantini will be your holder. Ian McGinnis will be your kicker. The snap, the hold, the kick. And it's good, giving Clinton-Massie a 7-0 lead with 1:45 left in the first quarter.
Very nice there, very nice run. Just tell Clinton-Massie, as watching this playoff game last year and calling it last year, I'm loving to see the speed of Massey is matching that of Wyoming. Wyoming was so fast to the ball on defense last year.
Defensively, yes, they were.
And so, man, to see that we're hanging and our speed is just kind of it looks impressive tonight against this team.
So those of you that are joining us at campusnation.com and Campus Nation YouTube channel, please send us a shout-out, 937-303-8069. That's Wyoming fans, Clinton-Massie fans. We want to hear where you are listening to this game, and we want to get as many people watching this great Southwest football battle. Last week, we were able to find 4,700 people watching at one time. And it's already been watched 6,000 times since then, so impressive. We appreciate our producer, Rick Phillips, and the Campus Nation crew. Excellent job. So we'll get to our sponsors here in just a minute, but again, 937-303-8069. No matter who you are a fan of, please let us know where you're watching this game from. Prangley should get the ball there at about the 12-yard line. He finds an opening on the right-hand side, almost tackled in the back, nice but moves. He's able to find an opening, and he's going to go right-hand side. He's going to be brought out of bounds by Carson Van Hoos and Nate Wildermuth. So a very successful return, as he had the first time at the 35-yard line. He's going to go out of bounds, setting up for the Wyoming Cowboys.
Yeah, and that's nice when you have a good kickoff return team like that can give you a shorter field and sets Wyoming up. I got a feeling we may be getting a dose of Hester on this drive with about 1:35 left. We'll see here. But so far, Massey defense has been playing phenomenal in this first quarter.
Yeah, they're averaging over a first down on kickoff return yardage, so that's no surprise that they were able to get back out to the 35-yard line. So Clinton-Massie defense steps up at the 35. This time I-backfield goes to Hester. Hester gets it. He shakes and bakes to the outside, but he's stopped by the defense on the left-hand side. It looks like met on that play by Charlie Hale and by Gavin Avey and Leighton Bell. It looks like brought Hester down with just about a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, and wait for the Massey defense to step up to this. You can tell he's quick just by watching him move. So you know if he gets any crease at all. And so you just have to keep him contained. If he gets 2 or 3 yards, you're happy with that. As we said, the guy gets 250 yards a game all purpose. If you can keep him under 150 yards, that's a big game.
You heard me say this 2 weeks ago on the broadcast. Both the Clinton-Massie coaches that I talked to, that's Zantini and McSorley, said, hey, everybody is on the table to use now playoff football. You just saw Owen Trick, an offensive lineman, running off because he made a defensive play.
Yep. Here we go. Back to
pass. Long pass. Gets to number 12, Prangley, over Uten, and he's going to walk into the end zone with the score. That's going to be a touchdown reception for Sam Prangley.
Somebody cracked the seal. Now here the offenses are ready to go.
Yeah, now both teams have been able to cross the end zone line. It's going to be a 7-6 score for Massey with the point after attempt. Now remember, they don't kick extra points. So this is going for – they are going
no risk,
for 2.
No reward.
That's right. So I talked to Coach Hancock about that. I said, why do you always go for 2? And he said, well, we made a decision after about the first 2 weeks that we just weren't where we wanted to be with our kicking game and point after attempt game. So we decided to start playing the percentages and going for 2. And they have had over 40 successful attempts for 2. So Wyoming's going to set up for the 2-point conversion. The snap, option look, he's going to keep it himself, and he's able to go into the end zone off the right side of the pylon. Now the lead is going to go to the Wyoming Cowboys. 8-7 is your score with 40 seconds left and almost the end of the first quarter.
It's such a strange dynamic. You're not going to have a 7-7 game. You're going to have a winner or loser every possession if they're going to keep up in this pace. But nice run. You put it in the hands of 23. He gets a 2-point. Now you got a lead 8-7 here in the first quarter.
We appreciate those checking in. Jay and Amy Wolf listening from Fort Myers, Florida. Go Falcons from Bonaire. Go Falcons from senior CM cheerleader Isabella Gross's Gmail calling from Springfield, Ohio. Go Massey, Bo Bradley, Brett Bradley, Zach Moyer. Yep. Mariah and David Moyer, go Massey. We got this. Looks like Haynes family is watching Campus Nation here in Clarksville. Go Falcons. Watching from Grove City. Shout out to Cody Zantini and Garrett Vance. Go Falcons. So, again, Wyoming, if we can hear from you as well, 937-303-8069. Right now the Cowboys are up by a point, 8-7, and that is where the percentage is played in their favor.
Yeah, it is. And you know what? I just want to go back to that pass. That was a beautiful pass.
Beautiful pass.
Right in the breadbasket, on stride. He didn't have to speed up, slow down, hit him right in stride. Nice quarterback here.
So, I mean – just what they wanted to see, and that was pushing the Clinton-Massie Falcons back.
Nice kick.
This time Carter Frank gets the ball. He's going to go off the right-hand side. He finds an opening to the left. He comes back to the center, and he's going to be stopped at about the 27-yard line. So that's going to be a long 63-yard field in order for the Clinton-Massie to see pay dirt again.
Yeah. I don't know why, but that really bothers me. Now it's never have an even game. It's not going to be 21-21. It's going to be a little wonky there. But, hey, it's to their advantage, I guess, if you can convert them.
Yeah, I think we're going to see that, this is going to be the slugfest that we talked about, whether it's going to be a lot of C.J. Hester, especially in the second half, because he's wore down the defense with attempt after attempt, or it's going to be the slow, methodical approach of Clinton-Massie trying to take a slow, and they're going to reset the play clock here to make sure that they have enough time for this snap.
After that long strike, I wouldn't be surprised if you just see more of the same with Massie. You're probably not going to see a pass unless they just throw an extra wrinkle, but just nice, long, methodical drive.
Yeah, 10 in the box wouldn't be a surprise. So going to the short side of the field, he has to go out of bounds because he's not able to find there any type of real opening there. So just about a yard or two gain on that play is going to set up probably right about the 30-yard line. So to the short side of the field, the pitch didn't work, just couldn't find the opening.
Yeah, not a lot of space there. Good defense to get to the ball, set up that wall, and he just has to run out of bounds.
Yeah, if you're Wyoming, how could you not be charged up? You got a long pass. You got the lead at this point, and the first quarter is about to come to an end with 26 seconds left. The clock did stop because Van Hoos went out of bounds, so Clinton-Massie will set up in a 2-by-2. Their double slot look with a single receiver to the left. Carter Frank goes in motion. Goes, and this time it's pulled.
Nice.
Pitch.
There you go.
He gets it. He goes out of bounds, and he goes down pretty quickly, though. So the pitch was received by Carter Frank, but he goes down with just about a 3-yard gain there. So you're looking at about a 3rd and 5, which is exactly where Coach Hancock wanted this team to be.
Yeah, and Cody did great. I mean, he did. They probably looking for that fake, and he had it. Nice pitch. And if you watch, I watched a college team this year run that option, and they had a quarterback that had a hard time making a nice pitch. And Cody can make a nice pitch on these option plays.
With zeros on the clock, Wyoming has the lead 8-7. We'd like to thank some of our sponsors. So Sam's Meats, football fans, stop by Sam's Meats in Wilmington, Ohio, and support a locally owned and operated business. Sam's Meat has fresh chicken, pork, deli sandwiches, lunch meats. Their meat deals are a great way to buy meat in bulk, helping you save time and money. Dine in and enjoy homemade hot bar meals and grill items. Sam's Meats also offers catering, party trays, and homemade desserts. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday. And, of course, don't forget the bacon.
Get the bacon.
Liberty Savings Bank. I'm in Little Miami talking about Liberty Savings Bank. Can save you time and money, historically low mortgage rates, and state-of-the-art online banking. Our team appreciates the coaches, teachers, and administrators for the work they do today to build the leaders of tomorrow. We would also like to thank our employees that are dedicated to making our community great. Find out what we can do for you at libertysavingsbank.com. Webland Excavating. Webland Excavating in Port Walls, located in Wilmington, Ohio, specializes in commercial and residential construction. Contact them for all your projects at 937-302-0466. Again, 937-302-0466, and call them today. We'll get to the rest of the sponsors in just a moment as we get a break. We appreciate those that are joining us at campusnation.com and Campus Nation YouTube channel. A lot of people checking in. Looks like the defense is going to get set for Wyoming at the 33-yard line. Clinton-Massie in their single receiver to the left. The pitch goes outside to Carson Van Hoos. He finds no opening whatsoever. He is able to shake off 1 or 2 tacklers just to dive back to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he might lose a yard there, so it's going to be a punt for Clinton-Massie.
Nice play by Matty Mitchell getting out there containing him. A lot of speed there for Matty.
Go Falcons. Shout out to cheerleader Allie Brown from Memes and Buki in Fairborn. And Buki checking in. Matt and Sheila calling from San Diego.
There they are.
Truly appreciate Campus Nation. Go Massie. And we are going to take just a second as a Wyoming defender is on the field. Both teams are going to take a knee here. We want to make sure that gentleman is all right. We'll get you an update hopefully very quickly. So as we're waiting for that, we're going to say go Falcons from Angie and Vince from Xenia. Let's go Falcons from Shane and Jody Huffman in Wilmington. Wilmington checking in. Go Falcons from Alex, also in San Diego, California. The Shockleys cheering us by the fireplace at home. That sounds like a warm, nice place to be. Go Falcons from Connor and Aubrey Huffman from Mount Victory, Kentucky. Go Falcons. Get the W boys from Oregonia. That's Zach, Kelly, Riley, Max, and Bridget. And again, we want to make sure this young man is okay on the field. The trainers have surrounded him at this point, and we'll try to get you a number here in just a second. And it looks like he wants to attempt to get up, but they're going to tell him to just relax there for a moment. So that looks like number 44, which I believe is Hancock. I believe that's the coach's son, if I'm not correct. Yeah, Jared Hancock. So we wish that man nothing but luck and make sure that we get him back on the field as quick as possible. Wendy Dorn tuned in from Wyoming, so we appreciate that. Go Cowboys. Go Massie from Annette Rowe watching from Gainesville, Florida. Thank you for streaming the game for us out-of-towners. Let's go boys. Scott and Hunter McFarland from Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Pretty.
Let's go Falcons. The Horner family, Jared, Jen, Jed, Jace, and Josie Lou checking in. Way to go Falcons from Jackie and Matt Griffin and Janie and Going to get tackled on the play by Tyler Keck.
Nice tackle there.
Yeah, nice job. We appreciate that. Massey alumni checking in there. Fight Hard, Go Falcons, watching from Wooster, Ohio. Tom and Kathy Rolfe and Braden. That's Braden Rolfe's grandparents.
All right.
So shout out to Charlie Hale from his biggest fan, Will Marler. Go Falcons. The Adams family watching from Clarksville. Go Falcons.
Da-da-da-da.
And we appreciate cheering on the Falcons from Bucyrus, Ohio. Go Falcons from grandparents of number 16, Isaac. That's our friend Carrie Burr, and appreciate them checking in here, the Burr family. It's time to run by Hester. Gets outside.
Nice.
He's tripped in the backfield. Brought down by Carter Frank.
Nice tackle.
He's going to lose
penetration.
3 yards there.
That's a great tackle there by Carter Frank, making some plays on defense.
And Carter Frank's Nana's watching.
Hey, that's
in
for you,
Newsville.
Nana.
Take them out and take them down, Falcons. We appreciate you guys checking in, and we'll get back to you in just a second along with our sponsor. So Clinton-Massie is going to set up after a almost 3-yard loss by the Wyoming Cowboys. Hester trying to get outside of the defense. That time Carter Frank was able to bring him down. We'll set the defense up at the 34-yard line. And the Wyoming Cowboys bring a single receiver to the left. That's Svensson. And he's going to bring a tight end off to the right. The eye back look goes to Hester. He waits for a minute. He's able to find an opening on the right-hand side, but he is knocked out of bounds. He's going to take a few coaches.
Is that McSorley that went down?
Going to take a few coaches down in the process, a couple players, but no fault of his.
No, just got pushed into it.
Yeah, so go out of bounds there. So Clinton-Massie is able to stop the surge of the offensive line for Wyoming, and Hester gets outside of there with a 3rd and 6 set up for the Cowboys.
So now Coach McSorley can know how physical he is.
Yes. Yes.
Hopefully everybody's okay. Looks like everybody's okay over there.
Yeah, we're going to check on the coach's son, Jared, over here in just a second here, make sure that he's okay. He is attempting to actually get off of the training table and put some weight back on his leg, so that is a
big
good sign.
Big third down play here.
3rd down. You got 2 receivers to the left. Joining Svensson is number 7, Matty Mitchell. And quarterback Hauer is looking over to the sideline. He gets the play call. Hester also setting up in the backfield for protection. And this time they're going to call a timeout. And while they call a timeout, we'll get back to our sponsors, Diamondback Wildlife Extraction. Hearing noises in your attic, seeing holes under your deck, porch, or building before major damage begins, call Diamondback Wildlife Extraction for a full inspection. We're a locally owned wildlife removal business. Once we solve your problem, we can do a full exclusion to prevent wildlife from further damaging your home. We are the answer to your problem. Call us at 937-302-6372 or check us out on Facebook at Diamondback Wildlife Extraction. We strike back. Roscoe's Pizza offers 45 specialty pizzas made with fresh ingredients, including their famous pickle pie, with 2 convenient locations in Corinth and New Vienna. We are a locally owned business that enjoys supporting charitable causes and even names many of our pizzas after neighboring communities, such as the Harvey's Burger and the Midland Chicken Parm. Place an online order by phone or become a driver at either location to enjoy Roscoe's Slice of Life. Holdren Builders. Holdren Builders, since 1989, we build homes, decks, pools, barns, log cabins, outbuildings, and we do remodeling projects as well. Whatever your needs are, big or small, we've got you covered. Our team does custom work as well. Call Cowboy Joe for estimates at 937-725-6115. So saddle up and come ride with us. That's Holdren Builders. So 3rd and 5, almost 6.
See what Cowboy Joe will do here.
Yeah. So the Cowboys set up with a 2 receiver to the left, single receiver to the right. The fake goes to Hester. The big push, and he's able to be pulled down by Charlie Hale. Pressure comes from Charlie Hale. They're going to stop the play. Forward progress has been stopped. Charlie Hale with his big paw came across the left-hand side and was able to stop that pass before it ever left his hand.
I love seeing this defense do this. They've done it all year, but doing it on this level, and this far in the playoffs, love seeing Charlie Hale making a play. He's done it all year, and so now it's going to be a 4th and 6.
And Charlie Hale's coming off of a high ankle sprain. Didn't see much time last week. In fact, just a couple plays, and was able to come back and get back into his playing mode this week. So we appreciate the group here at Little Miami Field setting us up here in the press box where it's a little bit warmer than those cold breezes. What a great roll by the Wyoming Cowboys. It's going to go all the way down to the 9, almost 8, now stopped at the 8-yard line. You can't ask for a better kick by DJ Gray there. So he doesn't do it a lot, but when he does it, he does a good job.
Yes, very nice kick there, and he takes so long to get rid of it that the coverage team is able to get down there and cover. And so he had nothing. Van Hoos had nothing to do with that. Let it go, and it rolls down within the 10-yard line.
So Clinton-Massie will set up at the 8. They'll be on the right-hand hash with a long field in front of them. Again, go Massey, Darren, Rick, and Craig on our way to Myrtle Beach. Thanks,
Nice.
Corey, Donna, Grace, and Riley. And go Falcons from the Lambs on Webb Road. So we appreciate you checking in. Again, 937-303-8069 if you'd like to send a shout out. We'd appreciate to hear where you're listening to this game from. So they're going to reset the play clock this time. The Clinton-Massie offense sets up in their wishbone with a single receiver to the left. Carter Frank gets the run. He's able to bowl through and push over one defender. Nice hard run that time, and they're going to be a successful first down run of about 5 yards.
Yeah, and you're able to sprinkle a little Carter Frank in there with Trampler and Van Hoos, and he's fresh and making plays on offense and defense for Carter out there. And that's why we call him Frank the Tank, folks. 6 yards, kept those legs churning.
2nd down and 4 as they set up at the, looks like the 13-yard line. They're going left to right on your TV screen with Clinton-Massie in their away whites, the Wyoming Cowboys in their dark blue. So this time setting up in the double slot look, single receiver, which is Blake Ireland, to the top of the screen. Santini takes the snap. He gives the ball. This time he pitches it to Carter Frank. He gets a successful hit on from the defense on Cody Santini, but Carter Frank is able to get a run off of the left-hand side that's going to give them about 3rd and 1.
Pitched it just in time, and then he got a very physical hit there. He just laid for a second or two and absorbed that for a second on this cold night. Now he's up. He's okay. Santini's a tough cookie.
Yeah, and he's used to getting hit. He's been running the option since the 3rd grade, so he's okay with getting hit. That's kind of what he understands this offense is meant to be. So this time it's a single receiver to the left, tight end to the right. Carter Frank gets the ball again. He's able to get enough to get the first down, but it's just going to be barely. That hole swallowed up quickly by the Cowboy defense on that play in particular. Number 99, Joel Allen, playing on the defensive line, a junior at 6'1", 265. So, again, it's a young group. Coach said, we're a young group, but we're peaking at the right time. We're excited about being at the right place at the right time, and they feel like this young group has really formed together. When I said, hey, Coach, what have you done really, really well? If you look over that tape in the last couple of weeks, he feels like he's playing well on game day on all 3 phases. And his O-line is definitely continuing to get stronger.
Oh, wow.
This time the pass is going to be up, or he's going to become a defender in the process. Yeah.
You got to do it.
He had to. That would have been an interception for sure. So Blake Ireland became a defender.
That was a smart play, Blake.
Yeah.
No worries.
It's going to be pass interference on Clinton-Massie, which is going to move the ball back. So instead of sticking with the run, this time they tried to go over top with the pass. The opening was not there. There was a double bracketed coverage of Blake Ireland, and that's going to give them another probably, I would think it's going to be a 10-yard penalty as they go back, yep. So they're going to call that at the 9-yard line. So everything that they've gained in the last series has now been taken away from them, and they're back to their original starting spot.
Yeah, but don't blame Blake for that one.
No, he had to.
He had to do that and stop the interception, possible run back there. So here we go. We'll pull out the playbook on 1st and 20, and I've got a good feeling we're going back to the run after that, Matt.
Yeah, at this point you're way behind the chains. Even though you're on 1st down, you've got a lot of room to make up. So
let's get Van Hoos on the loose here.
Yeah, that last time was to Carter Frank for quite a few carries. So this time they're in the double slot look. Carter Frank goes in motion. It goes to Colton Trimble, but he pulls out. Cody Santini with a wide open. He's into the 30, to the 35, 40, 45. He stops, and he's going to go down to the 50-yard line. So not only did he make up that penalty yardage, he also got us a first down at the 50.
He said, about hurt us, so I'm going to roll now.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll now. So
we appreciate the 2,000 viewers already. We're into the 2nd quarter with 7:40 left, and we appreciate the 2,000 of you that are joining here on Campus Nation at the YouTube channel or campusnation.com. You can also go to the Clinton-Massie Facebook page and see one of the posts that has the link directly for the Campus Nation. So as Clinton-Massie gets the play from the sideline, they're going to set up at almost the 50-yard line. As I said, I talked to Coach, and I said, once you did those great things in those films that you watch and you feel good about that, what's some things you want to get better at? He was not happy about the outrageous amount of penalties that the Wyoming Cowboys had just this last week when it came down to the game against Graham. So he said that's something we're going to clean up
so far
immediately.
They haven't had any. So good for them.
So we are going to remind you that this Sunday, Campus Nation will feature the Great American Conference Championship matchup between Wright State University and The Ohio State University club football teams as they face off for a spot at the national title. Tune in to campusnation.com at 11:45 for live coverage. Also, if you want to join for club hockey is also on Campus Nation for the Ohio State club hockey team as well. So join Campus Nation. Go to Campus Nation Facebook and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like us on Facebook. We'd appreciate it for all our upcoming broadcasts. That's going to be a double slot look, single receiver, which is Blake Ireland to the south side of the field. The ball goes to Colton Trampler. He's able to break through, and he's off to the races. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's going to be caught behind by DJ Gray, but he's going to go down at about the 8-yard line. That's a huge run for Colton Trampler.
Colton Bolton Trampler getting the work done, sees the opening, and takes it down inside the 10-yard line, and now it looks like about 7 yards to go for the Falcons. And nice run there by Colton.
Yeah, honestly, it looks like he was stopped at the line of scrimmage. I think he pushed using his right hand ball and his left hand. He was able to push the defender down and off of him and then tacked on another 25 yards.
Very nice run there. Going to set up this play from the 7-yard line.
So double tights is your look. Tight end on both ends with a wishbone backfield. The snap to Carter Frank. He makes a cut. Push. He makes a turn. The push is good, but he's going to be stopped at about the 2-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 2 with Clinton-Massie setting up on the left-hand hash.
You know, interestingly, this drive set up by 2 long runs. The first by Zantini on 1st and 20, goes down about 30, 40 yards, and this second one by Trampler. So some big strikes here by the Falcons to set up this red zone possession.
So if you're the Wyoming Cowboys, you kind of know what's coming here. You would assume now this time in a split backfield, so a little bit different setup. You're going to go to Carson Van Hoos, and he's going to score on the right-hand side of the offensive line. Kind of walks in there with a nice opening. Valiant effort by the Cowboys, but was met with a successful block by Carter Frank and Colton Trampler.
Nice push, offensive line.
5:59 left in your second quarter. 13-8 is your score. Now, if you're Clinton-Massie,
yeah, that's a good question. I've been thinking about it.
You're not going to go for 2, right? You're not going to get off schedule.
They're just going to go. They're going to kick. If I was to guess,
don't get off schedule. I mean, I understand what Hancock has said that he's going to play the percentages, but I think the percentages for Clinton-Massie at this point work in their favor if they go for the extra point. A bad snap, but the hold is good. The kick is up, and that is good. So that's Ian McGinnis bringing another point after attempt to success. And so far this year, Ian McGinnis has went 62 for 66 in PATs and 1 for 1 in field goals.
Yeah, if you're not experienced doing that, don't start now. And I think they're just going to stay with the game plan that's got them here. And then I'll give you a question about things.
Yep.
On a kickoff and keeping it out of Hester and this other return man, I'm thinking about one of those squib kicks just to see, even if it's brought up by the up men, I don't know if I just want to keep kicking back there.
Yeah, I mean, Prangley has done a fantastic job. I mean, he's very successful so far on his first 2 attempts from the kickoff return position. He's going to be set up to the north side of our broadcast here. To the south side would be C.J. Hester. So kicking off from right at midfield in the center of the field from the 40-yard line is going to be Ian McGinnis. So let's see if they take your advice, EJ, and they've heard you from the sideline.
They're just going to keep it away out of Hester's hand right now.
Right over to Painter. He bobbles it just a little bit. He makes it to the 20. He makes it to the 15. He sees a wide opening. He sees a move to the left-hand side, gets him an additional 10 yards. So by trying to keep it out of Hester's hands, you're giving it to a guy that's doing a fantastic job when it comes to kickoff returns, not only for the year with over an 11-yard average, but in this particular game.
Yeah, and he's you're kicking away from Hester, but he's setting him up with good field position. I would just think about squibbing it. A lot of times they do that. If you can get a deflection, sometimes you can get the ball back. But right now, that's what he's told. Keep it out of the hands of 23. He's doing that. But this, and I'm sorry, the name eludes me of this other, but he's playing a great.
Prangley?
Sam
Prangley.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah,
Sam
he's playing
Prangley.
offensive defense. He's kickoff returns.
Setting him up nicely.
He probably fills water bottles when he's got a time on the sideline. He's one of those do-everything guys. Two receivers, one goes in motion. That's C.J. Hester. They fake it to him. This time the screen is to the right side. D.J. Gray is met immediately by not only Wildermuth but Cody Zantini. Now, I have a little stat for you. Let me give you a little stat while we got a second here. How about number 1 in tackles for Wyoming, the quarterback, Quade Howard. Number 2 in tackles for Clinton-Massie, Cody Zantini, the quarterback.
What about that?
How many times are you going to see that in playoff football teams where a quarterback is leading the team in tackles and a quarterback is second in the team in tackles?
Impressive. A nice play by Wildermuth to get back there and make that stop and setting them up. Wildermuth says, welcome to the wilderness.
That's what watching film's going to do for you. And, yes, we're going to get the cheesy line counter out. Rick Phillips has kept it tight in storage for the year. So this time the snap goes to number 9. He's got wide open green there. 3 defenders are trying to take him down. They will get him before he makes the first down.
Nice
in fact,
speed
it's
to
going
catch
to
him.
Till about 7 yards to the first down, but nice play to make up yards for that first down loss.
He had a lot of open field, but that defense just zoomed in and still setting them up for a 3rd and long, probably a 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 here.
We appreciate those tuning in. 2,500 now that are camped out on Campus Nation. 4:39 left in your second quarter with 14-8 your score. Clinton-Massie up by 6 as Wyoming is driving down the field on a 3rd and 6. Snap. Howard sets up. The play goes outside.
Quickly.
A missed tackle, but he's able to bring down on the reception was number 11. That should be Svensson. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Chaz Early. Chaz Early with the catch, but brought down on the play by number 4, Big Play Gabe.
Yeah, just enough to trip him up, get his feet, and there was other guys coming. So if he hadn't got him, there was an army coming on the way. So setting up, man, great defense. Besides one long strike, this Massey defense is on fire.
So this time a little change in the punt and return game for Clinton-Massie. They put Carson Van Hoos back that time. A bad – everybody needs to get away from that one. So that one goes off the side of his foot. Now, that's probably the one thing about that, we'll say soccer, rugby style, that, every once in a while you got to take your chances that you're going to get one to come off the foot, and that's okay.
Kudos to the Massey defense. They just kind of shift over, form a wall, and said, nah, not here.
Yeah, as long as they stop the run, they're okay with the kick. So, and although DJ Gray does a great job with the kick, he put one on the 8-yard line at this point already. They're willing to take their chances with that than him trying to attempt for the first down. But keep an eye on that, ladies and gentlemen, because that could come back to haunt Massey if they don't make those stops. So already Eaton 14, Archbishop McNicholas 7 with 6 minutes left in the second quarter. We appreciate that update.
Thank you, Bart Clark.
Cody Zantini stopped, so they didn't give it to Colton Trampler on the option look. He kept it and immediately met and brought down on that play, number 8, number 2. So that's Deuce Wiley on the tackle and Quade Howard also on the tackle. So nice play in the backfield.
I just had a feeling when you called that name off, Deuce Wiley, that sounds like a good football player.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good football name right there.
Nice play, defense.
And just like Coach Hancock said, I just need you to get you off schedule. I need to get it where it's 2nd and long and then 3rd and long and not 3rd and 3.
Now we got 3rd down. We got Massey getting the ball, or 3 minutes left, I should say. Massey would be great if they could march down here. Get a score.
Carson Van Hoos finds an opening. This time he's going to be all by himself. The 40, the 30, the 25, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown. Clinton-Massie, Carson Van Hoos.
On the loose.
On the loose, Van Hoos.
Nice run there.
Nice run. Opening off the left-hand side, and he just ran away from everybody.
Yes, he did. And just impressive. We're turning on the Jets tonight. This is where you don't want to be, but if you're Wyoming. But, man, what a play.
If you're using the mentality that Wyoming's using on their offense, which is pass, run, stay balanced, they're doing an excellent job. We're doing the same thing with the personnel groupings.
You're right.
That's what we're doing with Clinton-Massie. It's going to be Frank the last series. Think about it. Frank ran the last series 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
So Carson was paused for a minute.
He
kick
was fresh.
Up and – that's good.
All right.
21-8 is your score with 2:58. But think about that. This time they gave it to Colton the first, or tried to give it to Colton. That was swallowed up quickly by Cody Zantini, a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage, and then boom, all of a sudden you break Carson Van Hoos and he goes on the loose.
Looks good, and this is why he gets 10 yards of carry. And I want to say this. We talk a lot, and rightfully so, about C.J. Hester. But I want to say Carson Van Hoos is a college-level running back with his speed and quickness and power. He's a heck of a running back.
Been playing since his freshman freshman year. He saw some time his freshman year, a lot of time after an injury in the sophomore year, junior and senior year. He's come on strong. We want to get a couple of these shout-outs out of the way. Good luck, Falcons from the McCoys in Peebles, Ohio. Shout-out from Lyle Lane, Oregonia. Let's go, Carter Frank. Wyoming versus Cowboy is the season every year. This is the rest. The rest is just the preseason. Go Cowboys. I like that. That's nice. We're going to talk about that for just a second. We do know that these teams are used to seeing each other, especially in playoff football. So 8 meetings in total, which includes regular season meetings. They're 4-4 at this point, with Wyoming knocking out Clinton-Massie the last time. This time it goes to DJ Gray. He's able to get tackled at about the 40-yard line. So you had basically the same return. This time it just didn't get in the hands to Prangley or to C.J. Hester. So 8 meetings. A couple wins in the regular season by Wyoming, a playoff win all the way back, and I know the Wyoming faithful is going to love to hear this name, 1998, Richard Hall, one of the greatest high school running backs that I've ever seen, along with P.J. Pope from Wyoming as well. Yeah. But Richard Hall back in 98, they were able to knock Clinton-Massie off. That was their first playoff, soiree into the playoffs there in 98, and Richard Hall was able to beat him there. But then Clinton-Massie actually got him 3 years in a row, 05, 06, 07, and then beat him in 2017 on their way to a state semifinal game, or a state final game, and winning the state semis. This time it goes to Hester. He finds an opening on the left-hand side, but it's closed pretty quickly. A gang tackle by Clinton-Massie on the left-hand side of the offensive line, right-hand side of the defense of Carter Frank and Gavin Avey bring him down. So the last year knockout by Wyoming is definitely fresh on the mind.
Yes, it is.
But that does bring it to 4-4. So as Coach McSorley said as he was interviewed earlier this week, this is the rubber match.
This is it. And so far they are doing a phenomenal job of keeping Hester contained.
Trips right, single receiver to the left. The pass goes in the backfield to Hester. He makes one man miss, but there's a quick turn by the defense on the side. So Clinton-Massie is going to see a lot of bubble screens. That's one of the reasons the completion rate is so high for this quarterback, Quade Howard, is because his passes are high percentage passes. Now, don't get me wrong, no discredit to him. He went over the top to Prangley earlier this game, so he can do it if he needs to. 1:54 left in your second quarter. 21-8 is your score for those who just joining us. And thank you for joining us on Campus Nation at campusnation.com and the Campus Nation YouTube channel. Looks like Hester changes the blocking scheme just a little bit. So we're looking pass here on 3rd and 7. Step back. The throw to an open receiver on the right-hand side of the offense, and that's going to be a catch and a first down, and that's to Prangley, the guy that's been there for every other aspect of this game in all 3 phases.
Yeah, good blocking by the offensive line to give him time. He just stood back there tall, made a good pass, good catch. Looks like they've done this a few times.
Clock stops for just a moment as they're resetting the change. Again, Hester barks out the blocking scheme. Howard steps back. This time a longer throw to the outside, but he's going to be knocked down by Blake Ireland. Oh, but he is going to get caught for being on his back.
Left hand on him, on the back maybe.
Yeah, it looked like his left hand might have touched his back in that particular
From here,
exchange.
I didn't see anything, but,
Yeah, they're going to call that, so it's going to move. It's going to move the chains for Wyoming. So you've only got 1:18 left. You're up by over 2 scores at this point, because even if you put 7 and 7 on the board, looks like you would have 22. You'd be up by 1. So, and we know that they're going to go for 2 both times. So they need a couple scores. They want to try to get 1 before this goes off at 1:18 in your second quarter. So Wyoming sets up right at the 30-yard line. They reset the chains. 1st and 10 at the 30. It's going to be 2 receivers to the left. Quade Howard gets his offense set. Oh, it's going to be a quick start. Off of the line there by one of the captains, Max Wilking, but they're going to reset with another 5 yards added for 1st and 15 from the 35.
There to get rolling.
Just excited. They might have had a motion set there, so it looks like Wyoming's going to reset here as we get set with 1:18 still left on the clock. 21-8 is your score, and it's going to be at the 35-yard line for the Wyoming Cowboys. Clinton-Massie sets up their defense. Hester to the right of Quade Howard.
How tall is Howard? He looks pretty tall back there.
We'll get Hester gets it. He finds an opening. This time he's off to the right-hand side. Gets a successful run of about 9 yards, almost a first down. He goes down at the sticks. So it looks like they're going to move the chains yet again with C.J. Hester as you're running out of bounds. Is going to stop the clock. So I think they list him. Howard is going to be listed at 6'1", 190.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty good size.
Yeah, nice-sized kid, and he's only a sophomore, so we assume he's going to grow.
A couple more inches, yeah.
2 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. Set in motion again, number 11, Svensson. He sets up on the left-hand side. This time it goes to Hester. He finds an opening up the middle, but it is shut down pretty quick by the Clinton-Massie defense. It's going to be 3rd down, and it's going to be right at the chains. They might give him the first down here. Depends on the spot. Yep, first down. It's going to be first down. So they'll reset the chains with 1:05 left.
Yeah, you got to think about the clock now if you're Wyoming.
Yeah, you've got a minute, but you only need to go about 18 yards here. So plenty of time, I'm sure, for Howard. This time the clock is under a minute, 55 seconds after the snap. He sets his feet. He wants to go wide, outside. He's got plenty of time to run. This time he goes out of bounds, and the catch is out of the end zone. They're going to wave him out of the end zone. I'll tell you, it was a nice run by it was a nice attempt at the catch by Prangley.
Yeah, way to come back to him.
Yeah. He set his feet, and he put his hands out wide, and I'll tell you, Howard threw it only where Prangley could get it. He just must have stepped out of bounds before he established the catch.
Just not enough space there, but nice protection by this line. If you're Massey, you want to get some defensive pressure, but seemed like he just stood tall in the pocket, scrambled, and wide receiver ran with him, but just not enough room.
He was able to keep that play going with his legs. So we're seeing already a chink, or no question, in the armor of the defense for Clinton-Massie. It looks like they're being susceptible to some of this passing. It's just if Wyoming can make sure that those plays happen inbound. So Clinton-Massie has to set up again at the 18-yard line, 2nd and 10. The pass this time goes down. Big play, Gabe, knocking that ball down over top of the head of the Wyoming receiver. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 this time as they set up at, again, about the 20-yard line there. So Clinton-Massie with a nice defensive play. Gabe McDowell is able to bat that ball down. 3rd and 10 with 40 seconds left.
Yeah, and nice playing by the DBs here of Clinton-Massie. Besides the one big long strike for Wyoming, this has been a great defensive game by the Falcons.
So those of you that can check in, we're going to have some time at halftime. 937-303-8069. Again, 937-303-8069. Check in. Where are you listening to Campus Nation? CampusNation.com. 3rd and 10. You hear the Massey faithful over there in the student section getting loud. You hear the Wyoming claps over here. Howard with the step, the slide to the right.
Out of bounds.
And now it's going to be knocked down by Blake Ireland, and it goes out of bounds. So it's going to be a stoppage of play with 35 seconds left. 4th down and 10, so they can still get a first down.
Oh, Blake's playing great. He's got his hands full tonight. Yeah. He's batting down balls and playing a great DB tonight.
Yeah, the wide receiver crew for the Wyoming Cowboys is excellent. Yeah. You've got number 10, Will Svensson on one side, number 7, Matty Mitchell. You've got Prangley with his height on the right-hand side, usually on the outside single receiver. Number 11 goes in motion, Chaz Early. This time they're looking over to the sideline. The coaches are going to call a timeout. So we're going to take just a break here with 35 seconds left and give you just a couple more sponsors. Let me tell you about the Elliott Street Boutique. Elliott Street is a new women's clothing boutique specializing in casual apparel and accessories for the everyday woman. Elliott Street opens online today.
All right.
When is that, EJ?
Today. Go get some
November
Christmas shopping
12th,
done.
just in time for holiday shopping. Visit us on Instagram, Facebook, and at our website, ElliottStreetBoutique.com. Please make sure that we have you here for our next broadcast of club football for Ohio State. The Ohio State University Club football team versus the Wright State University Club football team plays here live on Campus Nation, 11:45 this Sunday. If you're looking to gain exposure and engagement for your business, becoming a sponsor with Campus Nation is a great opportunity to do so. Contact Rick Phillips, our friend Rick Phillips, at 937-527-6674. And just in case you need that number again, EJ, it's 937
yes, sir.
527-6674. Didn't you say you were going to start your own leaf blowing business?
Lamb's leaf blowing.
Yes.
I heard on the
Lamb's leaf blowing
Dave
business.
Ramsey show that rich people don't like to do their leaves, so I'm going to just start a company. I'm going to sponsor it, and we're going to see if we can make some dough out here.
Yeah, and
breaking and blowing leaves.
As Wyoming sets up, you better get some people that are willing to work in the cold if that's the case.
I got a 7-year-old boy. He likes to work.
There you go. Get him some money. So it's going to be 4th down and 10. Still 35 seconds left on the clock. Wyoming sets 2 receivers to the left. Quade Howard sets his feet, and a large throw to the right is caught in by number 10. He's going to go down in the middle of the field this time, though. It's going to be right at the yard marker, so they're going to give him a first. Yeah, they're going to give him a first down,
play.
Which means they're going to. It was completed in play. It was completed in play, so the clock should be running. Yeah, there we go. Now we're right. Now we're running. So it was not enough. Yeah, it was down for. It was 1st and goal now. So Clinton-Massie sets up their defense. Howard to the right could run in, but he stops. The ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to wave that off. He goes out of bounds with 11 seconds left.
So let me ask you this. If you don't kick extra points, do you have a kicker in these situations?
He only has 0 field goal attempts this year.
So listen.
Two extra points, and Rick Phillips is calling 2 more pass attempts would be the option for Wyoming at this point with 11 seconds left. So it looks like Clinton-Massie's defense got to set up twice more.
Man, be nice to hold here. Be real nice to hold.
And it needs some pressure. It seems like Howard can just sit back there. Yeah, it looks like he's just kind of sitting back, picking people apart. So 14 seconds left on your play clock, 11 seconds on your game clock. That'll start on the snap. Hester calls out his protection. He's set up on the left-hand side of Howard. Howard steps, rolls right, finds his opening, back to the left-hand side, but tackled on the play. 34 is Colton Trampler. They are going to stop the clock. Timeout, Wyoming. So nice play. They saw the screen set up to the left-hand side.
Nice play by
Colton Trampler recognized that very quickly and makes a tackle, which is actually going to bring the ball back all the way to the 14-yard line. So a huge loss on the play this deep into the quarter.
You got 1 play left, 4 seconds left on the clock. So either you kick it or you go for it.
Well, he's not going to kick it.
So then, yeah, you're going for it.
He's going for it. Yeah, it's 21-8. He wants to make sure and get a score plus a 2-point conversion before the halftime to make this game just a little bit closer than 21-8, which is your current score. We appreciate you joining us at Campus Nation and campusnation.com. So Clinton-Massie trying to hold the defense as hard as they can before halftime. They will get the ball in the start of the second half.
Yeah, they get the kick to start the second half. So momentum is huge in these games like this, just like it was last week with Waverly. Waves of momentum, so you get a stop here. That's huge momentum for Massey going into half.
Yeah, this is going to turn the tables either way. If Wyoming is able to put one in, or if Clinton-Massie is able to stop here on a 4-second game clock, 3rd down from the 13-yard line. So Wyoming brings out their offense. Howard and Hester set up in the backfield. Trips to your right, single receiver to your left. This is going to be for halftime. The snap, the roll right.
Here comes a little pressure. A
little bit of pressure. He runs out of bounds, throws it to the middle of the field, and it's over the head, which is going to mean that they stop with no time left to halftime. Clinton-Massie does hold defensively.
Nice
21-8 is going to be your halftime score. Congratulations to the Clinton-Massie defense.
Yes.
Well respected the effort there. They were able to hold multiple attempts as they went into the south end zone and came up a little bit short. We're going to call 20 minutes as your time here for halftime. So we're going to do our best to get you some stats, get you some information. I do want to finish our shout-outs before we take just a moment here, and we have quite a few. Go Falcons from Ashley and Bo Butcher. Get it done, boys. The McAllisters from Clarksville. Go Massey from all the Utricks in Oregon. I saw some Utricks here in person as well. From Alan Vance family. Your old neighbor. Way to go, Falcons, watching from our new home in Sligo. These boys give it all they got, and it shows. Go Blue. Miami, Florida is where they're checking in. Let's go, Falcons. Shout out to Little Nicky. Let's go. And let's see. Appreciate it. Checking in. Falcons from the Hayes family in Trenton. Looks like a shout out from Carter Frank from Mamaw and Papaw at the Haynes in Haynes City, Florida. The East Vernon Township Settlemeyers are all in for the Falcons. Good luck, boys. Shout out to Massey and to Owen Trick from Arizona, watching from Gilbert, Arizona.
Bet it's good weather out there.
John and Kelsey Shalley, which Kelsey class of 07, calling in from Maineville, Ohio. Jared Halley, a former Clinton-Massie Falcon, watching from home. Let's go Falcons. Good luck, football Falcons, from the Marching Falcons at Grand National Championships in Indianapolis. I was able to see a bunch of pictures from our friends in the marching band, and we appreciate them and their efforts in their Indianapolis trip and their Grand National Championship attempt there. So go Falcons from the McIntoshes. We appreciate you checking in. Good luck to the Falcons from the Waverly Tigers.
Hey,
now, how
what about
awesome
that?
is that? We appreciate those checking in from Waverly. We appreciate the great coach over there.
Absolutely.
Great. Chris
Good program.
Crabtree is one of the nice guys that I've talked to all year. And let me tell you,
They're on the way up.
and not only on the way up, they're there.
Yeah.
They're just ready to take it even to the next step, the higher plateau. So
Yep.
watching from Harveysburg, let's go Massey, big Falcon fans.
From the Berg.
Buck and Jeannie Keys. See Clear Eyes, Full Heart, Can't Lose, We Are Massey from Sydney Avey in Terre Haute, Indiana.
Yeah.
It says, let's see the band, okay? Let's see if we can get you set up here. How about that? There we go. Let's pull back. Now, they are pretty tight on the sideline, so we're going to do everything we can to show you. And we're going to take just a break. We'll get the rest of the shout-outs so you can hear
Listen
a
to that
great
band a little bit.
Wyoming band.
I did many things, but I was never been a teacher. No. Our oldest son was the field commander of a band about 3 times his size. But his brother, the second child, was in percussion actually. It's kind of interesting. I went over and talked to my second son one night. Said, "Get out of here, Dad. I got work to do." A few years back, an area of contractors put an we donated it. That's probably why they used it for the playoffs, because it's an all-season field.
We're at halftime, 11:28 remaining in the halftime festivities. This is Rick Phillips for CampusNation.com, your internet sports authority. I want to remind you this Sunday we have the championship between Wright State and also Ohio State University. That will be at 12:45. The kickoff is at 1 o'clock, and that is from Ohio State. And we'll be bringing in that live on Campus Nation. Next week, we also have Ohio State Club Hockey. That will be this coming Thursday, I believe. And that time, I think, is in the afternoon as well, maybe about 11:45. Let me check the times here. No, it's 12:45. It'll be the University of Louisville coming in to play the Buckeyes. Once again, club hockey, and that is a great sport, and it's even better on Campus Nation. So tune in Sunday for Ohio State club football against Wright State, the championship football game here. Ohio State defending national champions in club football. And then this next Thursday at 12:45, University of Louisville comes in to play the Ohio State University club hockey team. That's from the Taft Coliseum on the fairgrounds in Columbus, Ohio. If you're looking to gain exposure and engagement for your business, become a sponsor with Campus Nation. It's a great opportunity to do so. You can also tag yourself with the Ohio State University. That's not too bad, is it? Contact me at 937-527-6674. You can sign up or you can message the Campus Nation Facebook page. Once again, our halftime score, the Clinton-Massie Falcons 21 and the Wyoming Cowboys 8. Second half action will be starting in about 9.5 minutes.
We apologize, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have to stop showing the band and hold off on the broadcast for just a second. We are getting covered in rain, and it's floating in pretty well here into the booth. So we apologize for breaking into the action, but we'll try to get back to football here. With about 7-11 left in the first half, we're going to get you some stats, some information to start our second half run here in just a moment.
Yeah, I bet you're freaking out. Put some water on your Nah, I'm not worried. Man, it gets like
We appreciate those of you sticking with us. And again, we're going to have to adjust the broadcast, and we'll do the best job we can. We did get poured on there, and then that halftime. We're going to have about a minute and a half left as both teams come back to warm up. We're trying to get some towels up here and make sure that we have an opportunity to keep those windows dry as best as we can. But, EJ, let's talk about the first half. Let's talk about what we've seen so far. I don't think anything surprising when it comes to what Massie has done on offense, but what about the success level that you've seen so far?
Yeah, minus one big play on the passing game. Very, very good defensive effort, and it looks like we are going to have a little bit of rain that's going to affect the second half and maybe what Wyoming does. And so we are excited to see this run game of Clinton-Massie, and they're just taking off. I mean, you think of long runs by Zantini, long runs by Trampler, long runs by Van Hoos, and they're just clicking on offense, but their defense is just making a stand. And Hester's got the longest run, maybe 8 yards so far. And so if you can contain him and do that, they're just playing a great first half of defensive football.
Yeah, so far Clinton-Massie has had a nice run on the defensive side. Offensively, just doing what they do. And the coach, Hancock, has said the whole time that we know what Clinton-Massie's bringing to the table. We know that they're going to be offensively very sound. They're going to they're coached well. They're going to do what they do, which is run their wishbone offense. They're not going to get away from that too much. And we saw the one time where they did maybe try to go over the top. Blake Ireland had to turn into a defender and stop an interception. So Clinton-Massie is going to get the ball to start the second half. We just had that exchange at the center of the field, and we appreciate again those Matt Lewis and the athletic training staff, the athletic staff here for Little Miami High School. We appreciate what they've done and made us feel welcome and gave us all the things that we need to have a successful broadcast here and keep bringing to you Campus Nation at campusnation.com. So, EJ, no surprise, like you said. So what do you expect in the second half?
Well, I want to see Clinton-Massie, see if they can just put their, pedal down on the gas, make this lead, spread it out. Wyoming is a very talented football team, and so they're not going anywhere. And as explosive as their offense is, one or two plays are right back in this, in which they're not out of this game. But one or two plays, you're looking at a tie ball game as quick as they can strike. And so if I'm Massie, I just keep running the ball because they have not stopped it yet. So they're going to keep getting us ready in here, getting some towels, getting everything dried off. It's cold, but the rain is coming as well, so it's going to make it a little bit tougher sledding for the pass game for Wyoming. And so this bodes well for a running team for sure.
Yeah, it ends up, as you get deeper into the playoff run, usually weather does play a role in things, whether it's super cold weather, whether it's rain, especially in Ohio, and as you get even deeper into northern Ohio. The run offense that Clinton-Massie has put in place over 20 years ago is definitely built for, as Coach says, November and early December. So want to continue to send some shout-outs here. Looks like Let's Go Falcons. Go Falcons from Larry, Brenda, and Gabby Woods watching in Findlay, Ohio.
Gabby Woods.
Yes, absolutely. Fantastic golfer for the Falcons.
And a phenomenal server at Skyline in Wilmington.
Shout out to the Falcons. And big play Gabe put a hat on the ball.
He's had some good ones.
Rama Roars or Romo in Seattle, Washington. I'm butchering that name. I apologize, though.
Thank you all for watching.
Yes, appreciate you checking in from Seattle, Washington. Big love for Wyoming Cowboys checking in. Carter Franks, Grammy, and Gramps cheering on the Falcons at Little Miami. Go Massie. Papal Zeke and the Zantini Tree Farm from Tappan Lake, Ohio. Great first half. Get her done the second half. I'm very proud of these Falcons.
Yes, Zantini Tree Farm. That's awesome.
Updike family checking in. Harry Johnson calling from Erlanger, Kentucky. Finish strong, Falcons. Papal, Rocky Trent, Skip, and Woody from Settlemeyer Industries Incorporated.
All right.
Shout out to the Falcons and for playing their hearts out tonight, and to Gavin and Marshall Hunter from Mamon Papal from Reganville. And Coach Wolf's girls are watching from home, so go Falcons.
All right. It's not a bad night to watch from home.
We appreciate all those checking in here. Lots of information being shared with us. We appreciate that. We're going to do our best to get that information to you. If you could text our number, it's 937-303-8069. 937-303-8069. And, I had some people reach out to me earlier this week, EJ. They were a little upset at us.
Well,
They were a little upset. You know why?
What was it, my
We
wife?
forgot the question of the game.
Oh, yeah.
We did not give them a question of the game.
It became such a good second half
It
with
was.
Waverly.
It was an excellent game.
Yeah.
So we will try to bring something to you depending on as we move forward in this game. If that fits our schedule, we'll get that in for you and we'll get some responses back. But we're getting a ton of shout-outs and reaching out here as Wyoming kicks off into the start of the second half. Carson Van Hoos gets the football, and he runs into a pile of Cowboys, and he gets put down
Just
at
right
about
up
the
the
30,
middle.
Yeah, right at the 33-yard line. So that's where Clinton-Massie will set up, getting about a first down out of that return, maybe a little bit more, as they set up 1st and 10 from about the 33, almost the 30. Looks like the 33-yard line, 34-yard line.
Looked like it took a posse of Cowboys to take him down. And that one was from Corey, so I'm just saying.
All right.
Giving credit where credit's due
All
there.
right, so Rick is going to try to pull out from the archives the cheesy line counter and
Here
see
it
if we
comes.
can get that on the screen before too long there. And we've got at least 2 to put on there so far. So Clinton-Massie coming out in their wishbone look. Tight defense by the Cowboys. They're able to shut down that run pretty quickly after just about a 1-yard gain over the right side of the Clinton-Massie offensive line. So
one thing to think about so far is this with this rain, make sure you can hold the ball. Fumbles could be something of an issue with a slick ball out there.
yeah, we appreciate those of you checking in at campusnation.com, looking at our viewer count. We're well over 2,500 viewers. So those of you that want to share this game with others, actually we're over 3,000 viewers now. So if you want to share this, others, go to the Campus Nation YouTube channel, Colton Trampler with the run. It's going to be a good hard run of about 4 yards, leaving about a 3rd and 5, almost 6.
Yeah, text somebody, call them, say we're watching the game. We're the smart ones. We're not out in the cold rain.
Yeah,
so tune in. Tell somebody we got a great game on Campus Nation.
We're using Campus Nation as our eyes and ears on this one, and we appreciate you, those of you that are able to check in. Wyoming's defense sets up at the 40-yard line. They want to stop Clinton-Massie on this first drive of the second half
3rd and 5
in order to
here.
flip the field.
3rd and 5, 3rd and 4 looks like.
Clinton-Massie sets up, wishbone backfield. Snap goes to Carson Van Hoos. He
Got
finds
it.
an opening.
Nice.
He's able to get a first down with forward progress. Vance is going to push him. McCoy's going to push him down. That's going to be a first down on 3rd down. So they're going to move the chains at the 48-yard line is where the ball is going to rest to start this new series.
Yeah, and with that, with a 2-score lead, if you just methodically take it down like Clinton-Massie likes to do, you're taking time off that clock.
It's all about the time and Massey's idea with the
It is.
lead. They just want to eat clock as long as they keep Hester off the field and the ball out of Quade Howard's hands.
And it gets you antsy. As Wyoming, you get antsy. Like, I got to get there. I got to score. We're in the second half here. And so that's well played by Massie.
10-13 under center. The snap goes to Colton Trammell, and he is met immediately. No gain on the play would be they are going to try to maybe spot him a yard there. So he is met by a wall of defenders for the Cowboys, as said before, a posse of Cowboys. So we're going to see that 2nd and 9 into this play starting at the 49-yard line. Thank for those who sponsored our game. We appreciate that. We'll get back to our sponsors for a second time here in the second half. So bringing up to the line of scrimmage is the Clinton-Massie offense with a double slot look. Single receiver to the right. Goes in motion. Van Hoos. Colton Trampler with a strong run.
Yeah, good 5-yard carry there.
Yeah.
He's strong. He'll just keep getting stronger.
Keegan Lamb is your receiver to the far right. We'll keep an eye on him and Blake Ireland throughout the game, so you never know when Clinton-Massie is willing to go over top. This time, Cody Zantini goes over specifically to Coach McSurley and asks for the play.
Just no rush. No rush. Just goes over. 30 seconds on the play clock, causing it.
I wonder if he's going to start with his hand motion. You know how he waits sometimes until the hand goes up? We'll see if he's going to eat and milk some clock here. 8:54.
He's got a clock, though.
Left.
He don't even have to wait tonight.
8:54, he does snap it with 18 seconds left. Carter Frank is pushing that line of scrimmage on a 3rd down run. He's still going to need a 1.5 yards for the first down.
Yeah, one thing about Massey is they're committed to running up the middle. Just about every play right there. And now it's going to leave him looks like a 4th down and about 1 to go. Be interesting to see what Coach McSurley calls here on this 4th down.
And although they had some success getting outside very early, Wyoming has shut them down next time they've been trying to get it outside. So
yeah, it looks like they're going for it.
Yeah, so Clinton-Massie definitely wants to set the tone of the second half. They need a yard, so we're going to see if they're able to get that here in just a second. The snap Colton Trampler pushed it, and he's going to be able to break a tackle and go for a few more yards. He's down at the 27-yard line. That's a nice run by Colton Trampler to get the first down, plus almost
Beast
another
mode.
one. We do want to send a shout-out to the Hamiltons and the Nutleys who are watching the game from the Nut House in Oregonia. The Nut House in Oregonia.
I used to live in Oregonia. Sounds like my house.
Yeah,
What a run.
With 4 kids, I would expect that to be termed
Yes,
as a Nut House.
It is some days.
Clinton-Massie offensive line with a push there, and Colton Trampler with the strong legs to churn and burn down to the 27-yard line.
He was determined on that run.
He didn't want to be stopped this time. A split backfield, a little different. Carson Van Hoos gets it. He finds an opening, but he's going to be stopped at about a 4, almost 5-yard gain off the right-hand side. Carter Eaton picks him up. And Carter Frank with a block, Colton Trampler with a block, Owen Trick with a block. This offensive line has been able to get some push throughout the game. Now it's time to see if they can just keep eating time with 7:19 left in your third quarter.
You could easily take half the third quarter just on this drive alone. But, one reason they keep feeding that middle is that outside they got a quick defense and they're fast to the ball. So when you can go up that middle like they can, but that'll just set up Van Hoos on the end if they keep doing this.
So you can hear the Wyoming faithful cheering loudly from their student section. A great turnout for the Wyoming student section. Clinton-Massie on the other side. The ball goes to Trampler, but he's pulled. Zontini to the outside. He's to the 10.
Bounce.
He's to the 5. He bounces it outside and goes out of bounds almost as he touches the pylon. And they're going to call a touchdown. They said he touched the pylon. He reached out.
Arm,
An extended right arm gets the touchdown after a great play by Cody Zantini. They bring him up and tell him, hey, buddy, you just scored. So, it looks like he is going to struggle, though, to get back to the holder position. He is holding his left arm, which we saw an injury happen to his left arm last week. Definitely hurt him, and he kept his arm close to his body the rest of the game last week, and he's already doing that as he sets up and gets over to his offensive huddle for the point after attempt. So 6:42 left was the score where he is on the left pylon, the front pylon. He touched it. They gave him the touchdown. Now we'll see if we have a point after attempt. Setting up is Ian McGinnis. Cody Zantini with a bad wing is the holder. The snap, the hold, the kick, it's up. And it's good.
All right.
Excellent job by Clinton-Massie to score on the opening drive of the second half and eat up almost 6 minutes in the process.
Yeah, that's a big deal right there. Big deal right there. Nice drive.
Those of you that want an update for Region 14 playoff football, Eaton 14, Archbishop McNicholas 14. You're in the third quarter, so tie ball game. The winner of this game will get the winner of that game to represent in the regional finals of Region 16 Division 4. So Clinton-Massie, I'm sure, will get their quarterback looked at on the sideline. Nice job with the score on the opening drive of the third quarter, getting that first possession out of their way and able to get more points on the board. Gives them a 28-8 lead. So a 20-point lead as they start defensively for Clinton-Massie into the third quarter here. Now, you've had a couple different, ideas on this kickoff. Do you go with the squib again, or do you just kick it to Prangley and take your chance?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, kind of a knuckleball this time to DJ Gray. He gets the ball. He's on the right-hand side, but he does get hit and brought down as –
he's still pushing.
Oh, he's still pushing. Nice job. No forward progress. Stop is the call right now. They do go ahead and whistle him, and he's going to get all the way back to the 43, almost 42, 43-yard line. So great return. So you're keeping the ball out of Prangley's hands, but you're honestly giving up just as much, if not a little more yardage.
Yeah, it's a catch-22 on this kickoff, but you just do what you can do. I think you definitely keep it out of Hester's. He can run one back. And our special teams last week, we gave a touchdown last week to Waverly, and so they don't want to give any big plays here, give any free points away.
So Clinton-Massie having a moniker of success there for the first half on defense. They're going to try to build on that here in the second half with a defensive line of Leighton Bell, Gavin Avey, Charlie Hale, and on the right-hand side it looks like Nathan Wildermuth and Braden Rolfe. So this time 2 running backs in the backfield. A quick pass is going to go from Hauer to number 1.
Yeah, a little
but
pass interference.
Yeah, Braden Rolfe is going to
Little
definitely
early.
get called for a pass interference. DJ Gray was on the wheel route there out of the backfield, so immediately we're going to start off with a penalty for Clinton-Massie. But in that case, it probably, with one defender still behind, maybe stopped a touchdown there.
Yeah, and again, we had another pass interference play that was a good call. It was actually on offense. But sometimes you got to do that to not give away the big play. But it's going to put Wyoming in one play. They're going to flip the field and be on the Massey side of the field here.
Yeah, 44-yard line's where the ball rests near the right-hand hash. This time Wyoming brings the offensive up. 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Hester's in the backfield with Howard. He moves over number 11, Svensson. I'm sorry, that's early. To set up on the left. This time the run is by Hester. He stopped pretty quickly, and that's a 3-yard to 2-yard to 3-yard gain on first down. He snaps and flips the ball back to the referee as they set up for this second down attempt.
Yeah, and we saw some colleges. Someone came to me and said, looked like some colleges in the stands watching a little bit of this
how about that
game tonight. And so Massey defense is doing a phenomenal job of containing him thus far. Now, he's probably going to have a breakout run because it's hard to contain him for 4 quarters. But so far, so good on keeping Hester in check.
That's why when you have 2,700 yards all-purpose, a double pass
play.
is the setup.
Got him
the
deep.
long pass
Maybe.
deep.
Nice play.
Nice
Uten.
play by Carter Uten.
Nice
He's
play.
able to bat the ball down, and that double pass doesn't go. So the attempt made by a little trickeration, and they are able to stop that play before it goes into the end zone. So just as you noted there, C.J. Hester with all the looks from Toledo, Buffalo, all the MAC schools, now starting to have a conversation with Iowa and Indiana. Jared Hancock is already committed to Kenyon College. Sam Pregley is Bowdoin College. And then Max Wilking is looking at a plethora of schools, including Rose-Hulman. And you had mentioned that Jupe Mitchell, a good receiver for them last year, is already at Indiana Wesleyan University, having a very successful football career already. So college is nothing nothing but regular play for them. They understand their kids are going to the next level. Prater at UC, obviously, after a couple years ago. The
Nice
snap, the
play.
catch, and the interception by Clinton-Massie. Leighton Bell retrieves the ball after it bounces off a defender. Colton Trampler as he makes the tackle, and an interception for Clinton-Massie is going to turn over the ball with 5:36 left.
Yeah,
28-8 is your score, and it's going to rest at about the 42-yard line. So what you saw there, ladies and gentlemen, was a pass attempt to screen to the middle of the field. The ball was batted down by Colton Trampler as he made the tackle, and as the ball was falling to the ground, Leighton Bell scooped underneath it and landed on his back with the ball in his hands.
Nice athletic play. Go ahead and ring that bell there.
The turnover chain. Give him the turnover
chain. Give him the
chain.
turnover chain.
Yeah, so nice job by Leighton Bell, who I'll tell you, and I've said this in the last couple of broadcasts, definitely coming on even a little stronger.
Yeah.
Now, he's done a great job. He started last year as a sophomore, but he's doing a really, really good job.
Quick to the line.
Quick to the line of scrimmage. The snap to Carter Frank.
Go, Carter.
He's going to get stopped by a bunch of Cowboys there off the offensive left side there. So Dawson Conley helping us running back up. So that the attempted quick snap gets about a 2-yard net there. So
well, if you go down here in this drive, continue to eat up the clock with 5 minutes left in the third quarter and punch it in, you blink your eye and it's like Massey's, they're up 4 scores.
A.J. Howard checking into the game for the Wyoming Cowboys. I think at this point we had mentioned before that as much as scoring is important, eating time at this point. It's all about keeping the ball in your offensive hands and keeping Hester and Quade Howard off of the offensive side.
Nice
Colton Trampler finds an opening. He pushes his own blocker left-hand side of the offensive line with a big, huge run, almost a 20-yard run there. So a first down run on second down. It was 2nd and 8, and he put another 10 after that.
Nice run, nice physical run. This senior leadership out of this senior class, you can just tell there's a want-to in them tonight.
They've been playing since 3rd grade together.
Yes, they have.
This is what they've done since 3rd grade. They've run the same plays. I've told you many, many times, McSurley goes down to the 3rd grade practices. He wants to see him run the bone, run the blast, run the pitch, run the option. Doesn't matter what your grade level is. You should know these plays backwards and forwards by the time you get to this side. So this time a split backfield. Carter Frank's on the offensive right. Carson Van Hoos on the offensive left. Colton Trampler also on the right. Ball's going to go to Carson Van Hoos. He finds an opening. He finds an opening to where he's met in the defensive backfield. He's going to go down at the 16-yard line, so that's another successful first down run with 4:05 left in the third quarter.
We saw the defense. He kind of got that ball real tucked in real close instead of the big strides.
Yeah,
just to protect the ball. And so,
short choppy steps with the wet
he saw him
floor,
coming,
yeah.
so he kind of pull it closer to his body to make sure he secures the football, because right now ball security is huge in this wet weather. And now we're looking at 3:50 left in the third quarter, and a Massie team that looks like they are just rolling tonight.
Yeah, they're trying
Everything
to grind
is
here.
clicking.
This is going to be a big drive. If you're able to steal points off of a turnover, we mentioned during the earlier part of the broadcast that turnovers, clean game, no penalties is definitely going to be the determining factors. Again, left side, Carter Frank finds an open. He makes a cut. He's able to get down to the 10, the 7. He's going to go down by the Wyoming defense at the – looks like they brought him back to about the 9-yard line there. Nope, actually they're going to give him all the way successful run to the 5 with the clock rolling still, 3:23 left and 33 seconds on your play clock. I'm sure they're going to eat up as much time as possible. You can see Cody now, kind of like we've seen the last couple weeks, going up to the line of scrimmage, looking to both sides, counting out and counting down just a little bit to make sure that they're using all of that clock.
And here you have a play clock in each end zone, so you don't even have to wait. You can look over at that, see how much time, bring it down to under 5 seconds, and just chomp up that clock.
Wishbone. Set, snap, trampler, touchdown.
Got it. Wow. Man, they're rolling tonight. Fine-tuned machine.
Offensive line with a big push. Colton Trampler with a stomp into the south end zone. 2:48 is left on the clock, 34-8, and that is credited to the defense with a turnover and a score.
Very nice, very nice. And Trampler, you just can't give this kid enough credit, this offensive line enough credit. He is so determined tonight, and it doesn't look like there's a team could stop him if they wanted to tonight.
Good job by the offensive line again. They've been able to pretty much the whole game get a nice push, a consistent push, and that one for sure with Colton Trampler able to walk in, the snap, the kick, it's up, and it's good. So if you're Wyoming, you're down 35-8. There's no concern. There's no frustration. You know why? Because they've been down a couple times. They know that playoff football, this happens in playoff football. The key to them, as Coach said earlier this week, and to his credit, my team is good about worrying about being 1-0. So right now, you know what they need to do? Win the next series. That's all they need to do is win the next series.
Yeah.
Other than that, it doesn't matter. Just win the next series, score on offense, get your 2-point conversion, turn it into a 35-16 game.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you can, right now, Massey's rolling offensively and defensively. You can't say enough about how good this defense is playing as well. When you get a well-rounded team like Massey, Wyoming they're going to have – it's an uphill climb from this point.
Yeah, I think if Massey's defense continues to play like they've been doing so far, I would say that, it is going to be a hard night for the Wyoming Cowboys, but there's still a lot of football left to play, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to see what the Wyoming Cowboys and the Clinton-Massie defense can do at this point. Again, the ball goes to Gray. He wants to find an opening, but he's going to be stopped right about the same place he's been stopped before, and that's the 41-yard line.
And, great field position for Wyoming. They just can't seem to capitalize on this good field position.
We appreciate the 3,600 viewers that are on now at Campus Nation and campusnation.com. We appreciate what everybody's done for us here throughout the year, making sure that we can hear a free broadcast. I do want to give a special shout-out. We're going to call it to a generous benefactor. So Clinton-Massie is very good about supporting their sports teams, about supporting their academic adventures. We have an FFA now that gets a lot of support from our community. We have our business management team that was selling T-shirts out in the parking lot, and Clinton-Massie Faithful always comes through when needed. There is a cost to broadcasting this, and Hester's going to be stopped after a 3-yard gain, and a swarming defense by Clinton-Massie continues to kind of test the offensive line of Wyoming. But there's a cost to broadcasting this game that has to be sent to OHSAA. I reached out to one single person, and very, very quickly, with no hesitation, done.
Wow.
Pick up the check later on.
Wow, very nice.
That's the generous benefactors that we have in Clinton-Massie. So you're able to watch this free tonight because we have support from our community. We appreciate those generous benefactors. So this time, Hester has another partner back there. I believe that's DJ Gray. Howard calls the ball. The ball goes to Hester. He's going to get to the outside, but a nice offensive move there, a nice play, and he's going to go down the left-hand sideline. They're not going to catch him, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be a touchdown. And what I said was to win the series, but I do see a flag on the field. So what I believe is going to happen is there's going to be a holding call, and I do believe
in that area. Yes,
I do believe it was on that. The call will go against Wyoming, if I'm not correct here. Yep. Okay.
Holding.
And I'm going to tell you who made that play. That's a Nate Wildermuth and Charlie Hale play right there. If you watch that play back, you're going to see Charlie Hale getting held and Nate Wildermuth trying to come up behind that line and getting blindsided. So I mean, there was definitely a nice play by our defense, and the holding is what caused that opening on the left-hand side. So not only is the touchdown negated, but it's also going to be moved back to the 35-yard line. So that's going to set up 2nd and 15.
And that takes a lot of wind out of the sails of these Cowboys fans and this Cowboys team. I mean, all that work, and they're going to give Hester – well, he's going to stay back there. I thought they might give him a break to get his win.
DJ Gray comes out of the game for just a moment here. And remember, this is a relatively young team. I mean, this team still has some growing to do both in body and in experience. So as talented as they are, they're only going to get better. Snap goes to Howard. A little bit of a low snap. He sets his feet. Ball goes up in the air. This time it's going to be for Prangley.
Nice.
Prangley brings the ball down, and then it's going to be called – they're going to call that a catch. So if they call it a catch, would it be a fumble at that point?
Probably down on the
down by contact. Gotcha. So he goes to the ground, and they call it down by contact. So Prangley's able to bring the ball. The defender was right there. Blake Ireland was right there, but unfortunately he was not able to bring the ball down in the process. So Prangley with another long pass and a completion by Howard to continue to add yardage to his passing total. Hester switches to the right side of Howard. Howard calls motion over. They snap the ball. The ball goes to Hester. He's brought down pretty quickly by Gavin Avey. Gavin Avey, number 53, trips him up before he gets head of steam going. It's going to be 2nd down and 8. With the clock ticking at 1:05 left in the third quarter, time is an issue not just for Clinton-Massie to keep the ball out of the hands of Howard and Hester, but it's also going to start being a problem if the offense can't score for Wyoming because you can only have so many possessions left in the game.
Yeah, and you got to score. You have to score on this possession if you're Wyoming with 44 seconds left here in the third quarter. So this is kind of a must score for them on this drive.
Just for those that are interested, Waynesville girls is in the state soccer championship, and they are up 1-0 on Ottawa Glandorf with 22 minutes left. The snap, the ball goes to Hester. He tucks it into his gut, and he's able to get about a 5-yard gain, and he goes down at the 21-yard line.
Credit to the defensive line. There was a hole there. They closed the hole quickly. They got to Hester quickly and contained him for about 5 yards. So a lot of credit to this defensive line and defense of Clinton-Massie.
And you saw the securing of the ball by Carson Van Hoos. You're seeing the same thing out of C.J. Hester. He got that ball right in his gut, tucked it as hard as he could. I think they're going to run out of time, so the third quarter is going to end, and we're going to go right back to our sponsors, ladies and gentlemen, with the 35-8 score is your time here left. Zeros on the clock. We're going to start the fourth quarter in just a second. Football fans, stop by Sam's Meats in Wilmington, Ohio, and support a locally owned and operated business. Sam's Meats has fresh chicken, pork, beef, deli cheeses, lunch meats, and their meat deals are a great way to buy meat in bulk, helping you save time and money. Dine in, enjoy homemade hot bar meals and grill items. Sam's Meats also offers catering, party trays, and homemade desserts. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays, and of course, never, ever, ever forget the bacon.
Got to get the bacon.
Liberty Savings Bank can save you time and money with historically low mortgage rates and state-of-the-art online banking. Our team appreciates the coaches, teachers, and administrators for the work they do today to build the leaders of tomorrow. We would also like to thank our employees that are dedicated to making our community great. Find out what we can do for you at libertysavingsbank.com. Webland Excavating and Poured Walls, located in Wilmington, Ohio, specializes in commercial and residential construction. Contact them for all your projects at 937-302-0466. Call them today, 937-302-0466. Call Webland Excavating and Poured Walls. So Clinton-Massie will set their defense up. They're going to be at the 21-yard line, going into the south end zone. Left to right will Wyoming go on your screen. The ball gets given to C.J. Hester. He pushes a few of his own blockers out of the way, but brought down on the play by Colton Trampler after a successful run that looks like it's going to put him right at the sticks, maybe just about a half-yard short.
And he hit him pretty hard. Colton's physical, offensively and defensively. What a leader.
Yeah, one of your leaders on offense and defense. Two-way player is Colton Trampler. We appreciate those of you checking in. We're going to try to get as many shout-outs taken care of as possible. We appreciate Cindy and Kevin Gibson calling and watching from London, Kentucky. Go Falcons.
All right.
Wyoming set up 2 running backs with the motion in effect. Hester goes down. That's a play by Leighton Bell. Leighton Bell makes the tackle and brings him down after just a couple yards after that first down run. That's going to make it 2nd and 8.
And now it's just a matter of time. Do they have enough time? As it looks right now, probably not, unless they punch this in quickly and is able to get the ball back. But right now, time is not on their side.
Well, I think that the issue is going to rest with the offense for Clinton-Massie. If they can eat up the time, then they just won't have enough possessions left as long as they don't turn the ball over. So go Falcons from the family of the Couglers. The play, the snap, the pass, it's brought in by Prangley, and he goes out of bounds, which will stop the clock, which is what you want to do to get as many plays in as possible before time expires. This time it's going to be 10:55 as the clock stops. 35-8 is your score in the 4th quarter.
But as you said, this is a young Wyoming team. They're going to be back. They're going to be back for, it's Wyoming football. They'll be back probably many, many years to come. But this is a young, a lot of sophomores, some juniors. And so they're going to be here for a while. So, Wyoming, you have nothing tonight. If you can't pull this one out to hang your hat on, you got a good team.
Yeah, that's why Coach Hancock has over 100 wins already, and he's won the Paul Brown Award. So the snap, the big push forward is going to be a first down run, and they're going to reset with a 1st and goal from, it looks like, about the 5 or maybe 6, looks like the 6-yard line. So Wyoming needs to score here with 10:49 left in the 4th quarter as the clock continues to run. 35-8 is your score. Looks like you would think Wyoming wants to get some plays in a little bit quicker, see if they can get some plays going, maybe have some stuff they've been calling from the sideline so far, and this time they're actually changing to a huddle, and then the plays are coming in on messenger guards. So the I backfield with Hester dotting that aisle. Under center is Quade Hauer. He puts a man in motion. The ball goes to Hester on the counter play, and he's able to open up, but is shut down pretty quickly by number 20, Carter Frank, for the Clinton-Massie defense. So nice counter look, which means he started one way, went back up the middle with a pulling guard trying to set an opening for him. Carter Frank read his key and was able to bring him down after a minimal gain on 1st down.
Smart football by this defense tonight. They're just doing what they're doing and keeping all the holes filled. If you're wanting to know the score on the McNick game, it is 21-14 in favor of McNicholas over Eaton right now. That's in the 4th quarter.
Okay. So, again, I backfield, Hauer under center. He sends a motion man. The ball is on the ground. This time they're going to stop the play, and it looks like they might call a false start. Yeah, false start by Wyoming, and, that actually works in their favor because the ball was on the ground. If it would have been recovered by Massey, that might have been it at that point.
Yeah. Nice play to get the penalty. Might have saved him there. So now we're looking at 9:43 at this point. And, time just kind of running out on Wyoming. They need to punch us in. And if they can't win, get them something to build on for the next few years, or for next year, I should say, and get some points in there if they can.
Wyoming offense resets at the 10-yard line. Early goes in motion. This time the pass. He's up rolling right, sets up right. Nice pass, nice catch.
Nice catch, soft hands.
That's number 42, which is not a number we've called, so we're going to look up number 42. Is Tony Blair. Plays D-line for the most part, but comes in a tight end set.
Yeah,
so
good-looking tight end. Nice soft hands.
Nice job. He's a junior, listed as 6 foot 220.
So he's a junior, Hester's a junior,
Oh, yeah.
Quarterback's a sophomore. This team could go to state
Absolutely.
next year.
This is a very stacked team for a long, long time, so they're going to have no problem continuing to do what Wyoming does, and that's make the playoffs and make long runs. So watching from Wichita Falls, Texas.
All right.
And a nephew plays for Clinton-Massie. They've loved and enjoyed the game so far. They appreciate our broadcast, so we appreciate you checking in. We want to make sure and get a couple more shout-outs here. Looks like go Clinton Go Clinton-Nasty
Oh.
from Carter Frank, and that's Mamaw and Papaw again checking in from the Haines City, Florida. So this time the 2-point attempt's going to be tossed in the air, batted down by Clinton-Massie, so that's a failed attempt with the rain starting to come down. Nate Wildermuth with the pressure on the receiver that threw that pass. It's going to be 35-14 is your score. So you just knocked Wyoming off schedule even though they scored.
Yeah, 35-14. Look for an onside kick here to keep the ball in their possession. But at this point right now, it looks like Massey should be able to pull this out with just a drive or two and eating up a little bit of clock. So just hats off to the performance of the Falcons. And a good-looking fan base tonight over there in the middle of this rain and cold. A good-looking fan base comes out to support them. So it looks like it could be Massey, and they'll be playing the winner of McNick, Eaton, correct?
Yeah, still got 9:25 left in the fourth quarter with a 20-point advantage by Clinton-Massie, but that can turn very quickly here with an onside kick.
So you're saying I'm counting my chickens before.
Yeah, well, let's make sure we don't do that. So
remember that announcer who started talking about Massey?
Yeah, we don't want to do that. So
that guy.
We appreciate those of you again checking in. Tony Wilson says, "Go Falcons" from Clarksville. So looks like the kickoff is going to come from the 40-yard line. Now there is a relatively decent rain coming down right to left on your TV screen. They decide to dribble this one. The ball's not going to go. But the Clinton-Massie front line takes an aggressive approach and is able to get the ball, and it looks like it's going to rest in the hands of Clinton-Massie, and that is number 8 for Clinton-Massie.
Yeah, it never got to that 10-yard point, so he just swallowed it up.
Yeah, that's a good play by I think that might be one of the Hunter by Gavin. We're going to get you. Yeah, we're going to get you a number here in just a second as we're looking at our rosters for Clinton-Massie. Here we go. Number 8 is Gavin Hunter. So congrats to that junior for recovering it. And I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, nice bold move. Instead of waiting a couple more yards,
Absolutely.
He got on it, secured the ball. Now Massey's got a 47-yard field.
So it's 9:25. You're at the 47. As the clock starts to run here, it'll start on the snap of this play. It's pretty much in the hands of the offense to decide whether Wyoming gets another shot or more than one attempt. Ball goes to Colton Trampler. He's able to knock his own offensive lineman down and get a nice run on the first down run.
And there's a good
5
push.
yards. Yeah,
good push by that offensive line.
Good push. And honestly, if you think about it, time of possession is clearly in favor of Clinton-Massie. The defense of Wyoming's been on the field for quite a long time.
They have. And when we always talk about Trampler, you're going to see it right here. He's physical. He's hard. He's fast. He's fast for a thick running back.
Refs are going to stop the game, so we're going to see what the call is here in just a second. So we'll try to get it reset here and started. They're going to call an officials timeout as the officials come together. And while we're going to do that, that'll give us perfect timing to finish our sponsor. So Diamondback Wildlife Extraction, hearing noises in your attic, seeing holes under your deck, porch, or building. Before major damage occurs, call Diamondback Wildlife Extraction for a full inspection. We are a locally owned wildlife removal business. Once we solve your problem, we will do a full exclusion to prevent wildlife from further damaging your home. We are the answer to your problem. Call us at 937-302-6372 or check us out on Facebook at Diamondback Wildlife Extraction. We strike back.
We strike back. That's what Wyoming needs to do.
Roscoe's Pizza. Roscoe Pico Train. Pizza offers 45 specialty pizzas made with fresh ingredients, including their famous pickle pie, with 2 convenient locations now, Corwin and New Vienna. We are a locally owned business that enjoys supporting charitable causes and even names many of our pizzas after neighboring communities such as the Harvey's Burger or the Midland Chicken Parm. Place an online order by phone or become a driver at either location to enjoy a Roscoe's Slice of Life. So as the play clock gets reset, and our time is going to be 8:46 in the fourth quarter. Holdren Builders since 1889. We build homes, decks, pool barns, log cabins, outbuildings, and we do remodeling projects. Whatever your needs are, they may be big or small, we've got you covered. Our team even does custom work as well. Call Cowboy Joe for estimates at 937-725-6115. So saddle up and come ride with us. So it looks like we're having a little bit of difficulty with the play clock.
Yeah, we got it.
They're gonna actually keep the play clock on the field at this point, so they've turned off the south play clock, and they're resetting the north end play clock as well. So looks like they'll go from the field at this point. Elliott Street Boutique is a new woman's clothing boutique specializing in casual apparel and accessories for the everyday woman. Elliott Street opens online today, November 12th. Just in time for holiday shopping, visit us at Instagram, Facebook, and at our website, ElliottStreetBoutique.com.
I know where I'm doing my Christmas shopping.
Elliott Street Boutique is actually owned by a former Clinton-Massie student, a Blanchester graduate, but Heather Hurd is a Clinton-Massie person that grew up in that area for a long time. So we appreciate her checking in and starting her business, Elliott Street Boutique. Join her online today. Clinton-Massie is going to look for the back judge to put their hand up. Cody Zantini knows that that's going to eat up the most time possible. So out of the veer look, the two-back set with an extra blocker to the right.
Cody taking his time
Yeah,
here.
he's going to eat up as much clock as possible. Then he puts his hand up. Set, the snap. To Carson Van Hoos. He finds an opening on the right-hand side. He makes one person miss. He spins and he's able to get a first down run on that second down
Somebody got
attempt.
a hand on his jersey or he would have been gone.
So it looks like he's just ready to break another one at any point. He's churning those legs, and I think he wants more touches before 8:22 gets pulled off the clock here in the fourth quarter with the score 35-14 Clinton-Massie. Also, we want to make sure, thank you for tuning in to stay up to date on all of our broadcasts upcoming to archive. Make sure you like the Campus Nation Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Clinton-Massie with the wishbone set, single receiver to the left. That's Blake Ireland. Cody Zantini, again, is going to take as much time possible off the clock by watching that back judge. He's going to show a 10 count. He looks back at his wishbone backfield. It goes to Colton Trampler. He makes two people bowling over them onto the ground and is almost able to get another first down run on first down. So it's going to be 2nd and 3.
You're going to be – you got a couple more sponsors.
Yeah, this Sunday, Campus Nation will feature the Great American Conference Championship matchup between Wright State University and the Ohio State University club football teams as they face off for a spot at the national title. Tune into campusnation.com at 11:45 for live coverage. Also, it may be getting cold outside, but our broadcast schedule is still red hot. Check out the Campus Nation website on Thursday at 12:45 as the University of Louisville plays the Ohio State University club hockey at Taft Coliseum in Columbus. Cody Zantini under center. The snap. It goes to Carson Van Hoos. He finds an opening on the right-hand side, keeps turning his leg. They're going to stop his forward progress. He tries to spin out of it, but they do stop his forward progress, so it's going to be 3rd down and what looks like maybe another yard, a long one, maybe a 2-yard before they can get a reset.
He said, I was still churning, referee.
Yeah, he said, I want to keep running. So you feel right now with as much time that's gone off of the clock, it's 6:35, 35-14 is your score, and Clinton-Massie driving deep into the Wyoming Cowboy territory. The clock is the enemy of the Cowboys, and right now it may be their their detriment.
Yeah, just there's nothing you can do about it. And I don't know if you're going to – it's going to be a long time till you see a backfield so well-rounded as this Massey backfield is. But there's one coming up. There's good ones.
Colton Trampler with the hard yards that he needs to get a first down. They're going to move the chains, absolutely. So if 6:07 is what's left as they reset the chains and reset the clock, and Massey looks to maybe be able to move on here in the next 6 minutes or so, you've got either a McNick or a Eaton team that they're up against next week. Those of you that have asked about this broadcast, we appreciate your interest in Campus Nation and having us broadcast this from Little Miami High School. We'll see as quick as possible if we're able to broadcast next week's game, which will be somewhere in between here and potentially on the east side if McNick wins and far, far west side if Eaton wins. If you've never been to Eaton, I think it's one of those where you turn off the highway and just keep going till you run out of gas. So the Carter Frank with the run, and a successful run that is on first down. So off the left-hand side, again, more time, just churning those legs. 5:20 left now in the ball game. And EJ, I think we have enough time to throw out a question of the game. There's not a lot of time left, but I do have an interesting one.
Yes.
I love music.
Yeah.
Love everything about music. I love to play music. I'm a drummer. You're a singer, and a great one.
Thank you.
What would that album be? What would that group be that you can just turn them on and let it play?
Let it play.
Just let it play. So 937-303-8069. Tell us who you're listening to that you can hit play on the right-hand side. Carson Van Hoos.
Nice.
He goes, he spins, he gets down at about the 2-yard line, almost the 1-yard line. And if you want to share with us in these last 4.5 minutes, who would you like to see on the old turntable? Who would you like to hear coming out of the speakers where you can just play and let it go? 4,000 people watching. We appreciate those tuning in.
Do you have that Christmas music on?
Oh, you know it. Absolutely. In the Baker household, there is a countdown to Christmas music. 93.3. We're waiting day by day. My lovely wife, Michelle, cannot wait until that moment.
You got a little grandbaby to buy for.
Absolutely.
And
We're
open
excited
a bunch of
about
gifts.
having
He's not little grandbaby. But
yeah, he is a large
tuna.
tuna.
Me, right?
We call him large tuna, that's for sure. So, we appreciate the Christmas music. So that might be one of those, Frank Sinatra, or that might be a Michael Bublé Christmas album that you hit play and you just wrap presents to.
Yeah.
So Clinton-Massie sets up in their wishbone offense, tight end to the left and a single receiver to the right. Taking as much time as possible. Colton Trampler is going to be able to push the pile forward. Touchdown, Clinton-Massie.
And the F-350 charges ahead. Now, Matt, what's that number if they want to tell us what that album is?
937-303-8069. 937-303-8069. If you want to tell us what's that album that you like to listen to, what's that artist, what's that group that you put into the tape deck, how about the 8-track player, and you just let it go. Yeah, Rick Phillips knows about an 8-track player, don't you, Rick? You know about an 8-track player. So it does look like the Wyoming faithful has decided that this game is too far out of reach, and they're starting to clear the stands with 3:52 left. 41-14 is your score. A flip of the score there for Clinton-Massie. 41 points against a Wyoming defense.
This is an impressive win.
So think about it. They've scored as much as half the year's points on them in one game. You can't help but be impressed by Clinton-Massie's offense at this point against a very good and a very well-rounded Wyoming team. So the point after attempt is good. 42-14 is a score here that we're going to show you with 3:52 left in the fourth quarter. And here we go. Great game. Carson Van Hoos from Cousin Troy watching from Atlanta. How about Bon Jovi or Aerosmith? And, of course, Christmas music, of course. How about Boston, Third Stage? Good Boston, a good classic rock band. How about 21 Pilots? 21 Pilots is the one that another one for 21 Pilots. How about that? Getting 2 21 Pilots. How about Led Zeppelin from Mr. Shockley? How about Led Zeppelin? Just letting them run with Led Zeppelin. Now, here's something I'd love to do. I love to watch these kids, these young kids, these junior high kids, freshmen walking down the hall. Did it today. Young lady wearing a Pink Floyd shirt, so you know what I had to ask her, right?
What's that?
Give me 2 favorite Pink Floyd songs.
She
had nothing. She had nothing for me. She had nothing for me. Yeah, she was like, I just like the shirt. So, that's what I like to do and, have some fun with that. So the kick by the coverage team goes down to the 18-yard line. Prangley is able to get this one. He finds an opening and off the left-hand side, but he is swallowed up by the coverage team there. Looks like Tyler Keck with another tackle. How about Garth Brooks? Big fans of Garth Brooks playing beyond the season there. How about love to see him from the Smarts, class of 66 and 68. How about that? Another shout out to Christmas music and a great win. It's the Eagles, baby. It's always been the Eagles. Another one for the Eagles. My wife is a big Eagles fan. The Allman Brothers Band. We can listen to them all weekend. Oh, here we go. This person has now become my favorite viewer, possibly of all time. How about Anything by the Cranberries?
The Cranberries.
And if you know Matt Baker, you know that his favorite group of all time, what he has every single recording of, including a live interview album, is the Cranberries.
Now, that's what you serve with your turkey and dressing, right?
No, this is the group. This is the group, the Cranberries. Yeah, so I am a big fan of, Dolores O'Riordan, the lead singer, God rest her soul, years ago, passed away on my birthday, which makes my birthday a little sad now. But, I appreciate that. A great job by those checking in. Looks like that might be our friends from the Mosses there. So appreciate that. Hester with a run off the left-hand side. Brought down with about 4 yards to go before they get a first down set. Looks like there's a couple trade-ins for the defense here. It looks like Tyler Keck's going to come into the game for Carter Frank, get him off the field and get him to start resting for the next game. Tyler Keck, another young man that's been mentioned there to try to help out here, especially as the time is starting to elude Wyoming with 2:45 left. How about Kiss, Detroit Rock City album? Howard with the snap. The toss goes to Hester, but he's going to be met by Wildermuth. He gets blocked, but he's able to slow him down. And finishing up that play is Leighton Bell with another tackle. I'm telling you, Leighton Bell's getting his name called these last 2 weeks more than he has.
That bell.
He's done a great job. Ring a ding dong for him there. So how about the wife says the Gin Blossoms. Thanks for the opportunity to see a great game, and we appreciate your announcing, Brian and Christian Jones from Zanesville. How about a little Conway Twitty?
Yeah, there we go.
Little Conway Twitty. It's going to be an encroachment call against Clinton-Massie.
I heard Conway Twitty started a social media, and every social media post starts with, "Hello, darling."
Hello, darling. How about Tom Petty? Any album whatsoever. Merle Haggard and Waylon Jennings. I'm not a big country guy, but if I listen to country, I like that era of country right there. So George Jones, another one right there. We're getting all kinds of shout-outs. We appreciate this. Okay, how about ABBA? From Beverly, class of 73, ABBA. I appreciate it. I love to see it. Thank you for tuning in to Campus Nation, campusnation.com. The snap to Howard. He goes outside to Prangley. Prangley makes a move and goes out of bounds smartly to try to conserve as much time as possible. So Clinton-Massie moving on, 42-14. Let's talk just for a second, EJ. How impressive is this showing?
To me, it's a big deal. I mean, you're in the third round of the playoffs. It's 42-14. Nobody really expected this. You know, we expected a tight game, and Massie has just really dominated on offense and defense and kept Hester. I mean, he had a long run, but it was called back with the holding penalty to, the longest gain of 7-8 yards. It's been very impressive for this Falcon defense and offense.
If you are the Falcon defense or the Falcon defensive coordinator, you have to be proud of your players. You have to be proud of the plan that was put together to stop one of the leading rushers in the state, if not one of the leading rushers ranked in the nation.
Get pressure.
Looks like a holding call is going to go. Yeah, I mean he absolutely tackled number 58 for us. Number 58 for us is, let me get you a number here. 58 is Kenneth Robinette, was basically twisted and turned down to the ground there. So McNicholas 33, Eaton 14, and the best album ever has got to be Thriller from Michael Jackson. So go Falcons. Proud of you, Lane, and the offensive line. Be strong. Mimi and Pop, I would agree. Great job by the offensive line.
Yes.
Definitely imposing their will.
Opening them some holes. That's for sure.
And how about the Waynesville girls?
Good night.
Win state for soccer. Congratulations to the Waynesville Spartan girls soccer team.
Good night for all the folks across the pond.
That's right, our Warren County compadres there. How about REO Speedwagon? And I'm not kidding. Another REO Speedwagon coming in. Motley Crue coming in. Chris Stapleton, I will admit, I enjoy me some Chris Stapleton. And the Beatles. I talked to somebody about the Beatles earlier today. Okay, I got a good buddy of mine. Years and years we've been friends. We go to concerts, we go to wrestling shows, and the thing we have to yell out is this next band every time. Play some Skinner, dude. Play some Skinner, dude. Free Bird. Free Bird. How about Ryan Upchurch? How about a little CCR?
CC Winans.
Yeah, Rick Phillips is shaking his head on a little CCR.
I like CC Winans.
You like CC Wines. I enjoy some CC Wines, BB and CC. Strong pass. This time it's going to be intercepted by number 15, Keegan Lamb. That's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be nothing but academic at this point as the Clinton-Massie fans go wild. The Clinton-Massie defensive team high-fiving all of their offensive partners. And the fans in the stands are going nuts from the Clinton-Massie sideline. We appreciate their support, knowing that 42-14 spells defeat for Wyoming, a talented, excellent job by Wyoming to get to this point, and they're young. They're going to be right back to this game next year, but we do have to give it to Clinton-Massie. Defensively, Clinton-Massie established it early that Hester was not going to beat them.
That's right.
It wasn't going to be Hester. You were going to have to beat us somewhere else.
Yeah, and their defensive backs played great. One long pass, and that's it for the game as far as offense. They have contained this team, and now it looks like they're taking one of the favorite formations of all.
It's that victory formation. How about this, EJ? You'll appreciate this. How about the Isaacs?
Oh, yeah, I love the Isaacs.
Big fan
the
of
newest
Isaacs.
inductees to the Grand Ole Opry Hall of Fame
Is the Isaacs.
Or the Grand Ole Opry, I should say. Grand Ole Opry members, the Isaacs, some friends of ours. We love the Isaacs.
I love this. How about Carter Franks Nana? Loves her some Skinnerd. Loves her some Skinnerd. Tom Petty again, Full Moon Fever. We got Clay Aiken. We've got another Skinner. We got Van Halen. And we got the last one here listed is the boss, Bruce Springsteen. So we appreciate everybody that's checked in from all over the country. We appreciate those that have sent their shout-outs, and we appreciate those that have sent their favorite artists in order to listen to probably this weekend as they celebrate a Massie win, which at this time is 42-14 is going to be your final score as Massie goes into that victory formation, as you mentioned. We can't help but thank a great production team as usual. Rick Phillips and his team at Campus Nation, his lovely wife, joins him on a regular basis, too, to help out with these broadcasts. EJ, I can't tell you enough of what I appreciate your help this year as a color commentator. Corey Price is our guy that's always on the camera. And the rest of the crew, it's been a great job. Whether this is our last broadcast or not, we'll soon find out this weekend as Clinton-Massie is going to take their final snap. They go up to the line of scrimmage.
What a game.
Excellent job, Clinton-Massie, and that is going to be your ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to Clinton-Massie as they go to the regional finals with, honestly, a dominating performance.
Offensive, defensively, I mean, they were well-rounded. They wanted it. They showed it. They were physical, and they contained Hester, and that's what you had to do, and it's a big win for them.
Yeah, I'd like to reiterate that if you're the Clinton-Massie coaching staff, you have to be proud of your defensive effort, and you got to be complimentary to your defensive coordinator, Scott Rolfe, who set up many a night, and I'm going to tell a story. I hope he doesn't get upset. He said he woke up at 4 o'clock this morning with visions of Hester in his head. Not sugar plums and not candy canes.
Like, we got to stop this guy.
But of Hester in his head. So as we see the Clinton-Massie faithful cheering on the team that's coming off the field with a 42-14 win, congratulations to Clinton-Massie. But and I do want to mention that it looks like Hancock, unfortunately, is going to have a sizable injury there. He's already on crutches. So they're and that's good sportsmanship.
Couple Massie players,
Massie players are checking on him and try to dap him up, give him some love there. So, again, dominating performance by Clinton-Massie. If you're McNick, who's the winner of the game against Eaton, you're going to face a very talented, a very strong, a very physical, and at this point, what can be viewed as a very hungry Clinton-Massie team.
Yeah, they're hungry. They're physical. They really want it. They're celebrating, but they know there's more work to do. And if I'm looking at the scores, and if you're McNick, and you look up at the scoreboard like, wow, that was a dominant performance over a very good Wyoming team. It is a very impressive tonight performance out of the Falcons.
Yeah, if you're looking at, like you said, if you're McNick and you know that Wyoming brings it every single year, a very talented team brought to the table by Aaron Hancock and his coaching staff, as we see Clinton-Massie quickly kneeling and getting their word from Coach McSorley. They have nothing to hang their heads about. It's been a great season. I think they're just, in this case, experience definitely played a role in it. You could tell even after they traded scores in that first quarter that Clinton-Massie never blinked and was able to come back and then put it on them pretty harsh in the remaining 3 quarters.
Yeah, I think as we watched, we kind of braced for that big, offensive can to open for Wyoming. And we were bracing, but they never could get their traction. And that's a lot of credit to that Massie defense. And,
has to be.
I mean, but they beat them at all facets in the passing game. They stopped Hester. And you look at it, and kudos to the coaching staff of Massie. We take it for granted because we keep going year in, year out, but you got to be pretty thankful for what we got and the game plan that they drew up.
So totals of 46 points a game, 49 points a game, 419 points total for the year, and Clinton-Massie in playoff football holds them to 14 points. That's an impressive defensive effort by Clinton-Massie and the coaching staff on the Clinton-Massie sideline. So checking out for you. We appreciate EJ again. We appreciate Rick
Thank you,
Phillips.
Matt.
We appreciate Corey Price. And we appreciate the staff here at Little Miami High School. Matt Lewis and his team have done a great job. If we don't get to talk to you again until next year, ladies and gentlemen, we really appreciate you checking in, and the broadcasts have been great. We appreciate your time tonight. And we watched Clinton-Massie in dominating fashion kick out Wyoming for the playoff run for this year, and continue on next week against Archbishop McNicholas. Congratulations to Clinton-Massie, and we'll hopefully see you next week.